Ooh, look at me. I am live, apparently. Wait, why does it say 2 minutes into that thing? Well, it doesn't matter. Who cares? But anyway, hey everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. And I hope I hope everybody's able to have a good little holiday. And I just wanted to kind of stop in here and, do a little live stream. I know it's earlier than normal, but the Geek Trinity, we all had a whole bunch of stuff we had to do, so we're all just going to be a little bit busy. Hey Finn, how's it going? Happy New Year's. Um, so Dylan is going to be a drunken mess. Um, so he's not going to be able to join, and Kate's abandoned me. So, she just said, screw me. And I said, okay. So it's just me. I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to suffer with me for the last stream. I know you guys were excited or whatever, but you know how these holidays get. Life happens. And since I was off of work, and I said, hey, why don't I just go ahead and do this little cool little live stream, now instead of waiting until like 9 o'clock at night. Oh, bad news, Betty White. What do you mean, Betty White? She just celebrated her birthday, Finn. Like they literally just celebrated Betty White's birthday. I don't know what you mean, bad news. Impossible. See, now you're gonna have to make me look it up. And I don't like to look up stuff. But now I'm gonna have to look it up because you done said it. God dang it, man. Um, it's crap. Oh my, no, 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 no. Holy crap. Oh, you got to be shitting me. She literally just died 18 minutes ago. Holy fuck. Whoa. Just whoa. And she's almost there to 100. Wow. Man, that's something for you. Jeez. I thought I wasn't expecting her to die, to be honest. Like, I mean, of course, she's mortal, but wow. Mm-mm-mm. But anyway, yeah, I'm not about to sit up here and let that deter me. I think. I want to like start off by saying thanks for the support, the overwhelming, you know, group of people that I've met on YouTube and the support system that I have over all this time. Because to be honest, I really wasn't expecting to do a YouTube, and I can't believe I actually did a YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is freaking amazing that I was able to just kind of throw myself out there and kind of do a YouTube. Like, I always said I was going to do a YouTube, and it's not like I never tried, but at the same time, I'm just like, nah, I don't think I should do this YouTube thing. I don't think it's for me or whatever and stuff like that. And then come to find out, there are other people who I have common ground with on YouTube, and there are other people who actually enjoy what I'm saying, and I can't even believe it. Oh yeah, my yo just popped in my notification feed. How are you doing, Trey? I'm doing fine. I'm off of work. I am chilling, and I said, why not go ahead and do this live stream earlier than later? You know what I'm saying? I know some people are probably disappointed that Dylan and Kate couldn't come, but they also have their own lives and they have other things to do, and I can't just be like, hey guys, let's do this live stream or whatever. Um, but it's me. I hope you guys will continue this journey. And thank you for the 900 subscribers. I don't know if I said that in the last live stream, but I'm gonna say it again because I never would have thought that 900 people would even care about anything I got to say. Because I just really wanted to come on YouTube, really just to say my piece and kind of like a video diary sort of my thoughts and my opinions about stuff, because as the only child you tend to don't really have much people around you, so you really don't really share out your opinions anyway out in person. So I was just like, well, what's the harm that's going to happen if I share it on YouTube? I mean, of course I'll get people that might hate me or don't like what I got to say, but I think it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I appreciate you guys for actually keeping this going, and convincing me to keep doing this, because to be honest, I remember when I only got like probably 10 views on my first video, and I was like, yep, I figured this much. And then I just kind of did another video and it just kind of went from there. And then, now I grew into like 900 people subscribed to me, and, raking in at least 300 views on certain videos. I think that's really cool that you guys actually, care. And I get like at least about 20 people to watch my live stream. So I think that's pretty cool for a person who really wasn't set on doing YouTube. And no, I'm not one of those clout chaser kind of people that'll be like, oh man, I'm gonna do this YouTube and I'm gonna start this whole entire channel and I'm gonna get tens of thousands of followers and then I'm gonna make millions. No, it was just more like, I'm gonna throw my opinions out there because there's a lot of people speaking for diverse people, and you ain't speaking for me. So let me throw out my opinions, and then if anybody says I'm racist or whatever, hey, at least they know it's from a black person. Oh God. Let's see. Yeah, talking with you and the others is always amazing. Keep at it, bro. Thanks, Finn. Dominic, thank you. Hello. How's it going? Oh, it's morning for you? It is afternoon for me. When are you debating Nerd at, Trey? I am debating her on Sunday. Yep. Sunday. And it's at 6:05. God. PM. I feel like I set myself up for failure. I feel like once I get in there, her whole entire chat is going to be like, "Boo, Trey! We hate him. He sucks." But it is what it is. I mean, we're just going to go in there. We're going to say our points. We're going to make our statement. And it is what it is. It's left to you guys whether you agree or disagree, to be honest. But we'll see how everything goes. Road to 1K. I am almost close to 1K. Can you believe it? Wow, less than a year. Apathetic Queen says Happy New Year. And do you have a best or worst comic books of 2021? Actually, I don't have a best, to be honest. The reason why I say I don't have a best because nothing new really captured anything from me where I was really excited to read it. Like, there's been some cool books, but other than that, like, I don't have a best for 2000. I definitely have worse for 2021. Wonder Woman Historia. What the fuck was that? That's garbage. X-Men Green. The the um the the Met Gala, the X-Men Met Gala crap, that was stupid. The whole Phoenix tournament from Avengers, hot trash. Let's see, the entire DC Future State was garbage. Like, I don't even know what the hell they were thinking with that one. John Kent being aged up with Superman's son of Kal-El. That was horrible. What was another horrible comic book that I actually, Mom was gross. I don't care what none of y'all say. Mom was gross. That was just so nasty, to be honest. And other than that, like, for me, my best comic books been like back issues. Like, I've been reading more back issues. Like, I've read this one comic book from DC that I would have never thought that I actually want to see more of. It was called, I forgot what it was called. I know it was called Countdown. It was from DC, and it was a title where Martian Manhunter and Thunder, Black Lightning's daughter, actually teamed up and did a rescue mission or whatever. And I would love to see more random characters doing random things in a comic book run. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It definitely makes sense. So for me, I've been reading more back issues. Like, I read the entire Phoenix saga from Chris Claremont. I've read the first time Invisible Woman changed her name from Invisible Girl to Invisible Woman because she had to take on her son. That was really cool. That was really interesting. I've been reading back issues of Morbius. That's pretty nice. Of course, I have the George Perez, Phil Hernandez Wonder Woman run, which is fantastic. That's really cool. But other than that, I really haven't been keeping up with the new stuff where the new stuff has been interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Jason Aaron Spider-Man run is pretty decent. I think he kind of fumbled towards the end, but it is what it is with that one. Let's see. I enjoy the early parts of James Tynion's Batman run because it felt like a fresh of breath air. Especially with the villains, not all of the villains that he hit, but I really enjoy Punchline the most out of all the new villains that he introduced, because she gave me what I've been wanting Harley Quinn to be for a long time, because the changes that they gave Harley Quinn is a hot mess. Let's see. Daredevil was pretty good. I actually need to read Daredevil. People have been telling me to read Daredevil, but I haven't read Daredevil in such a long time, since probably 2008. 2008 is the last time I read Daredevil, that I haven't picked it back up. Yeah, it was 2008 was the last time I read a Daredevil one. And I know people have been telling me Daredevil is good, but I don't know. I just haven't really had the urge to go back and read Daredevil. Not that there's anything wrong with Daredevil. I just didn't really feel the need to read Daredevil. But I heard that it's good. So I do need to sit down and tell myself, hey, read Daredevil. Because I've been hearing people say Daredevil is good, but he's one of those characters, like, I do like Daredevil, but I never really cared if I read Daredevil or not. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. X-Men Chronicles were cringe. Countdown to Infinite Crisis. You know what? I think it was Countdown to Infinite Crisis. I believe that's what it was called. I had a few of them where it's just random superheroes teaming up in the comic books. Like, I got this stack right when I went to the comic book store, and I got a stack, and it was like this. I think the guy was like, I think these are from Countdown to Crisis, and let's be honest, we already know that Countdown was kind of a little shaky, because it was supposed to be that comic book run that was supposed to be like, look, 52 did good, let's do Countdown. And then you kind of read Countdown and you were like, what the hell was that? But I actually enjoyed the single issues where they actually had the heroes team up. But I really would want to see more of that kind of stuff going on, because it shows you like there are more heroes out there besides Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman that you guys are sleeping on. Oh, and I've been reading the old Captain Adams solo runs. Whoa, I enjoy Captain Adam. I mean, I never really cared about the character, but when I went back and picked up the old comic book run of Captain Adam, I'm like, wow, DC, where you at? Like, has anybody seen Captain Adam in DC for a while now? Besides I think the only time he showed up that in recent memory is when Goth Girl beat him up. And I was just like, how the hell does that work? But other than that, you guys should definitely read the old Captain Atom run. That is really cool. Oh, and I got this this black and white X-Men comic book called The Return of the Dark Phoenix. They said it's some kind of story that wasn't included in the original run. So I haven't read that one yet, but I want to read that one. I'll let you guys know how I feel about that one. Yes, Punchline is best. I love me some Punchline. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all can get mad all you want to, but I love me some Punchline. I love Punchline. I think she is so cool. I love her design. I love her concept. I love the character. I do love the character. I also enjoy Flatline, and I do like Ghostmaker, of course. Was it Ghostmaker or Ghost Hunter? You guys know which one I'm talking about. But those three characters that James Tynion created, I like those characters. I think those are probably the best standout characters to me. And I know some people like Clown Hunter, but I don't know how I feel about him yet. I still was like, and the Gardener, you know what I mean? Lady Bang, but those three characters, I really enjoy those characters the most. I like Infinite Crisis, love me some Grant Morrison's, but I didn't like Final Crisis because it's a bit confusing. You know, Free Fire Pro, I read Final Crisis 3 times, and then I read the novelization. And that's how I understood the story. I read the comic book 3 times. I had to read it 3 times first. And then I noticed the little small details. And then I read the novelization twice. And then I understood, but at the same time, it's to the point where it's so convoluted that even though I understood it, it's still stupid. Does that make sense, Free Fire Pro? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I understood what Grant Morrison was doing with the story, but even after reading it 3 times and the novel twice, I was like, this is still so unnecessary, Grant Morrison. What were you thinking? And what was DC thinking by letting him write this damn story? Oh God. Oh man. It was just like, okay, so we left Countdown to Crisis, which was terrible. And then we get to Final Crisis, and you're just like, what the hell? But it is what it is. Dwayne McDuffie is the best author. Dwayne McDuffie is my favorite black comic book writer. Yeah. Final Crisis was not aged as well. You know, for me is if you're gonna have Grant Morrison write Final Crisis, that means that that should have been it for DC. There should have been no more Crisis, no more reboots, none of that stuff. When Grant Morrison wrote Final Crisis, which was intended to be the Final Crisis, it should have stayed that way. I don't know what DC was thinking by doing a reboot thing, because if you wanted to do the reboot, you should have just used Final Crisis as the jumping point to do the reboot, and not after Final Crisis happened, because it kind of defeats the purpose of what Grant Morrison was doing with Final Crisis and Multiversity. You know, I don't know why DC thought let's do New 52 was just about the most dumbest idea in the world. But you know, Ghostmaker, yes. Ghostmaker, I love me some Ghostmaker. I love me Flatline, and I love me Punchline. You can have the other characters, but I love those 3 brand new characters from Batman. I want to see more of them, more so than any other character. any of the new characters that James did in. I don't know if the writers are going to use them. I hope they don't forget them, but you never know. I enjoyed those three characters, and I know that Flatline is probably going to continue a little bit more because of the Robin line, but I hope Ghostmaker and Punchline stick out for a long time. That's just my opinion with those characters. Let's see. Greg Weisman worked on the comics before Gargoyles. His notable was one is Captain Atom series you mentioned. Oh, really? Nice. Well, I enjoyed the Captain Atom series, and I think it's such an underrated character that I really wish people would read more, or I wish DC, well, not us. I wish DC would do more with Captain Atom because there's so much to do with him that it's just sad that they kind of just left him there. Let's see. Identity Crisis is the second worst DC event. Oh God, Identity Crisis. Oh Lord have mercy. I'm not gonna lie. I read all of it. And when I was younger, I was excited when that book was coming out. I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. And then you come to find out what the Justice League did and what Dr. Light did and then what Ray Palmer's wife did. I said, whoa. Like, and then when you had Deathstroke defeat the Justice League like it was nobody's business, holy crap, what was that? Like, they really solidified the fact that Deathstroke was a powerful character, but to find out that the reason why Dr. Light, the villainous Dr. Light, is so stupid is because Zatanna like mind fucked him. It's just like, whoa, she magically lobotomized him. Holy crap. It's just wow. The only sad thing about the real sad thing about it is that it really wasn't a villain that killed Elongated's wife, Sue Dibney. It was a hero's ex-wife who had a psychotic break. Like that's crazy as hell, to be honest. And then it's kind of sucks because Sue Dibney and Ralph, the elongated man, are these Silver Age heroes, and to see DC put a lot of the Silver Age heroes through hell and back. That was another weird thing too. Even though I was reading DC comic books, I always kind of find it weird that they took some of the most lighthearted characters and put them in these dark moments and then killed a lot of them off. And you're just like, what the hell were you thinking, DC? Like, damn. But it is what it is. It already happened. We can't change the past. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely Heroes in Crisis. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. That book shouldn't even have been made, to be honest. Like, or it could have been made, but it should have been planned out properly. I feel like the book had potential, but it just wasn't what I thought it was, because the way they were teasing, like they were teasing like the fact that Psycho Pirate was the one that was killing folks, because I would have believed that more so than Wally West. And I just would have preferred, when we saw the opening and we saw all the heroes dead, I would have preferred like Psycho Pirate and a group of other villains who were able to sneak into Sanctuary was able to kill these heroes. You know what I'm saying? I would have preferred that more so than, oh, Wally West's powers got out of control and all the heroes. And then we find out later on in the Flash annual, well, they knew that Savitar was coming after Wally West. And Wally West had to absorb the Speed Force from Savitar, but he knew if he did that, it would create an explosion that would kill the heroes. And Roy was like, you have to do what we have to do. We're heroes. We have to make the sacrifice. And I was just like, holy crap, the convoluted nature of this entire book. I'm sorry, that's not what I was going for. I mean, that's not what I predicted when I predicted Heroes in Crisis. I really thought that we were getting something different, and I don't know. I guess they subverted my expectations, which I really do hate. That every once in a while I'm okay with that, but I don't like my expectations being subverted over dumb shit like that. And I just really thought that Psycho Pirate was going to play a bigger role because his mask showed up so much that it seemed like it made more sense. Hell, I would have been okay if if people from the Watchmen universe had showed up and did the killing. At least it would have made some more sense than, oh, Wally West, his powers got out of control, even though that's never happened in all of Flash's history. But okay, sure, why not? You know what I'm saying? Oh God. Anyway, do Dwayne McDuffie created the Asian character Zombie? I couldn't tell you. Apathetic Queen. Punchline reminds me of Harley's old characterization. Yes, it does, and I think that's probably why I connected so much with Punchline, because I'm like, yes, I love her. She's giving me everything I wanted from Harley Quinn. Like, people have to remember, I used to love Harley Quinn, but I don't like this new style of Harley Quinn. This isn't the Harley Quinn that I fell in love with. And then when you see Punchline, and it gives me that old character, it feels like I'm getting the classic Harley Quinn that we should have always had. Like, to be honest, I hate the fact that they changed Harley Quinn's costume. I think the gesture look is the best Harley Quinn look ever. Y'all can, yeah, there are some other costume designs or whatever, but I prefer Harley Quinn looking like a darn gesture than her looking like a slut, to be honest, because the New 52 made her look like a whore. I was like, yeah, Harley Quinn is definitely a good looking character, but Jesus Christ, what were you guys thinking? Put some clothes on this baby. and put a mask on her face, please. But that's just my opinion. And then when they bleached her skin, I said, "Oh God, who is this girl, and what have you done to Harley Quinn?" But it is what it is. But that's why I love me some Punchline, and I really do hope she does stay around for a long time. I don't know. I don't know if people like the character, but I like the character, and I hope she does stay around for a good long while. Let's see. Miracle Molly is my favorite. I didn't really connect with Miracle Molly, to be honest. I just thought that she just kind of was there just to be there, in my opinion. I just was like, oh, okay, cool, sure. And she felt like the gardener to me. Like, I'm just like, oh, you're just here just because. That's just my opinion on them. Let's see. Yes, yeah, I do know that Dwayne McDuffie did create some other minority characters besides black characters in his static run, but I don't remember the character Zombie. So if he did, that's great. I just don't remember the character. Yeah, I don't like the New 52 a lot. A lot of stupid things. We got knockoff Wally West, which is Barry Allen. Cass and Stephanie disappeared. Barb's got her legs back and was no longer Oracle. Tim, Robin history got messed up. Oh God, yeah. That Robin history got messed up so bad it's not even funny. Sorry about that. Had to take a drink. Hydra had violated Invisible Man, the most disturbing moment in comic book history. Yep. Um, have you read the World War Saga? You mean the one where Superman goes to War with the Authority? No, I have not read it yet. I heard it's good. I haven't read it yet. So, but I did read this. I did read the Superman and the Superman Batman Authority special. I thought that was really cool. Whatever. I don't know if that's a one-off. I don't know if they're going to do more with that, but I love that story. The story where Superman and Batman team up with the authorities and they go to this other dark multiverse where it looks like Ra's al Ghul is taken over or whatever. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a one-off thing, but I enjoy it, and I think they should do more. Whatever's going on with that, that would be really cool to see. That would definitely be cool to see. But I don't know. But I kind of like whatever's going on between Superman and the authorities. I didn't like the Grant Morrison stuff. I don't know. It feels conflicted to me. I don't know if that's supposed to be canon or not, because Superman is looking different in Grant Morrison one, and then he looks different in the War one. So I was just kind of confused. Like, I'm like, is this out of continuity or in continuity? That's one thing I don't know, so I couldn't tell you. Um, Having the character's previous history restored through death metal is well and good, but why didn't they reverse the changes made to them in the New 52 Rebirth, much like Superman Reborn did for Supes? You know, Dominic, I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't do that, especially when Superman Reborn came. It would have made more sense to use that arc to completely bring back the pre-New 52 history of the characters, because that's why I was trying to tell people. Because that's why I'll be telling people, like, you know how some people are so hard on DC or whatever. Most people know DC from post Crisis, so not the average person who don't read DC comic books, or even the average person. They know post Crisis history of DC. A lot of people don't know the New 52 or even after that. So, and then when you're watching shows and movies from DC, most of DC stuff is coming from post-crisis DC universe anyway. So I don't know why DC just don't bite the bullet, understand, hey, you messed up, and just go back to what people actually are, more understandable of and actually understand. Because most people see the post-crisis DC as DC comic books. Like that 32 years of history that DC settled on after Crisis on Infinite Earth, that is what most people see for DC. So I don't know why DC said, you know what, fuck it, New 52. No, don't do that. Don't, DC, don't do that. Come back to old classic DC. Come on back over here. We don't need that new rebirth. I mean, that new 52 stuff. We don't need it. We don't need it. Let's see. It wasn't just Wally's powers got out of control, but the fact that he had to hide it and kill the heroes, but then he blamed it on innocent people. Yeah, that was so out of character for Wally West. I was just like, I don't know who this Wally West is. To be honest, I really would have preferred, if they were going to do a Wally West, they should have just used Wallace West. If you were going to take a Wally West and you were going to destroy them like that, do it with the black one. He's not technically, he's not even supposed to exist. So if he went rogue or if he went crazy or whatever, it would make sense, because he found out that he was a temporal creation that was just forced into the timeline and not the actual Wally West. You know what I'm saying? Now that would have been a great story. That would have been something to do something with that character and make him like, oh shit, this Wallace West is different, because he realized, like, not only is he not the Wally West that he thought he was, he's a temporal creation that really was never a thought about until 5 years ago. Now that could have been definitely something cool to do something with Wallace West instead of Wally West. Yeah, Harley Quinn's old costume is the best. Is because her name is Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is a gesture fool. Her new costume doesn't convey that. Yeah. Zombie is a Korean superhero. He had superpowers, immortality, healing, and appeared in post Infinite Crisis comic. Nice. So it is in continuity. Okay. It didn't seem like it was in continuity, because it felt so different. I'm just like, so when does Superman get this new costume? But then he has the old classic costume in the Superman run. That's why I'm like, okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. But all right, if it's in continuity, it don't seem like it, but okay. Because Grant Morrison Green Lantern run, I was just like, this definitely ain't in continuity. Static comic. I ignore it. I definitely ignored the new Static comic book. I gave it I read issue number 1, I read issue number 2, and I said, this isn't the Static I knew. I don't know who this Static is. It ain't for me. It's just not for me. Now, if you like it, that's great. But when they changed everything about Static and rebooted him to the point where majority people are questioning, like, why did you do that? It's a problem. And that's another thing that I don't understand. If majority of people know Static from his 90s comics and his TV show, if you're going to reintroduce Static, use the stuff that people know and not reboot him to where he's not recognizable anymore. Like, he's not recognizable. I don't know who the hell that is. That ain't Static. That's a black anime boy that wants to be in an anime. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's not Static to me. I ignored the new Static comic book for Milestone. I was excited seeing it come back with the old guard at the helm with new blood. However, seeing it now, yeah, Dwayne would not be happy. Yeah, why would he be happy? You changed everything about it. It's not recognizable. I don't care what none of y'all say. It's definitely not Static at all. So I don't know what to tell you, but to me, that's not Static. That is literally black anime boy fantasy. Hey, here's my fantasy of what I would want to do. This is like the writer. I mean, not the writer, but I guess Vita might like anime. So Vita and Nicholas Drapier, who is the artist who's working on the Static stuff, he's heavily influenced by anime. And he always talks about how he wanted to see more black people in anime. And you can tell that that's where he got his. Oh my God, I kicked myself out of my own stream for a second. God damn it. Oh, I am so slow sometimes, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, like I was saying with Static, like I said, Nicholas Drapier, his inspiration is to have black characters in anime. So they chose him as the artist. And I'm not saying that his work's not good, but I don't think it's made for Static because that, it's supposed to be a comic book. If you want a manga, he needs to be working on a manga. Not everybody's art style is great for comic books. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Nicholas and Vita and whoever the other co-writer is, I think there's a co-writer that's for Static. They were looking at this story in the eyes uh, of of black people who like anime, and that's fine and all. But understand why black people like anime. Understand why anime and manga is popular. But don't try to take what makes anime and manga pop and try to put it in a character that it's not meant for. And that's what Static feels like. It feels like it's trying to be a knockoff black anime manga story instead of an actual Static Shock story. But that's just my opinion. If you like it, that's great. It ain't for me. Isn't Chris Cross the artist? What for Static or for the Superman Authority one? Because I know Nicholas is also the art. I know Nicholas is the artist, and I think because I talked to him, I actually talked to Nicholas. He was not pleased with my opinions, but it is what it is. I'm not about to sugarcoat it with him. Yeah, I wish they would go back to post Crisis Universe. New 52 was so edgy and dark, and Teen Titans was to dark. Wonder Woman whole character. She was Warrior. Superman was a jackass. Yeah, yeah. And what's so funny is it for me when I was reading the New 52 Wonder Woman run, because of course, guys, I try to preach the word of gospel about Wonder Woman. But anyway, when I was reading, I was like, are they writing Wonder Woman or are they writing Xena the Warrior Princess? Because DC, you could always just buy the rights to Xena the Warrior Princess and put her in the DC universe instead of taking Wonder Woman and making her Xena the Warrior Princess 2.0. Because that's exactly what Wonder Woman felt like. Superman being a jackass was just, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. Him having Superman armor wasn't fun. Him being a arrogant jackass just wasn't fun. Finding out that Ma and Pa Kent died before he became a full adult wasn't interesting to me. Him and Lois barely to each other just was not the business for me. Batman being Batman, but he went through 5 Robins. How? How, Sway? How you on your fifth Robin? How you on your fifth Robin when Stephanie don't exist? And then what makes it so crazy is most of Batman history didn't change, and apparently Final Crisis still happened because Battle of the Cow happened because Nightwing in his New 52 run talked about being Batman for a time. The only reason why Dick Grayson was Batman at the time is because Bruce Wayne was believed to be dead after the events of Final Crisis. And the same thing with the Green Lantern New 52 run, which is a great run. I'm not gonna lie. The Green Lantern run is a fantastic run, but the Green Lantern New 52 run picked up as if nothing happened. Like they were referencing events in pre New 52 that shouldn't have happened yet. Like, how did these happen if the continuity said that it didn't happen? How could Blackest Night, the Sinestro War, can still happen when half of these characters ain't never met each other? That's what it was. It was so unorganized with the New 52 that I don't know what they were doing. So Chris Cross is still the new artist. So Chris Cross and Nick Lear are both doing the artwork for it. Okay, so it's a combined team effort. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Oh yeah, the Teen Titans from New 52 was trash, trash. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Oh God, jeez, I can't even I can't even I can't even deal with that one. Mm-mm. No way. But yeah, let's see. I don't know if there's an underrated Wonder Woman run though, because the Wonder Woman runs that most people, everybody know the Greg Rucka run, everybody know the Phil Hernandez, George Perez run, everybody knows the Gail Simone one, everybody knows the what's God dang it, I just had the person's name and I lost it. Um, so Gail Simone, Greg Rucka, George Perez. It was who was the person? Dang it! I just had the person name while I was listening. I don't think anybody because I think all the Wonder Woman runs people know. People know the Wonder Woman runs. So I don't think there's any I think though I mean if we're talking about underrated Wonder Woman runs, I guess it'll probably be pre crisis Wonder Woman runs because I don't think there's anybody less like am I hold on, now you're gonna have to maybe look up the Wonder Woman writer because I don't think because everybody knows the Wonder Woman comic book writers. I know there's one more person I'm blanking on right now, and I'm mad at myself that I do and that I have to look up this person's name. Oh, see, I knew, I knew. Let's see. I don't think is there anybody else that I'm missing? I don't think there's anybody else I'm missing from. I hope I'm not. Let's see. You got the Greg Rucka. You got the G. Will Wilson. Lope. Oh wait, J. Michael Krasinski did write it. Yeah, you definitely right. William Martin. Oh yeah, yeah. You right. You right. But to be honest, all the runs of Wonder Woman that the writers that I named, everybody knows them though. I believe, because everybody knows about the Brian Azzarello one New 52 run as well. People praise that one too. So, is there anybody? Is there a run that people don't really know about? I think for us comic book readers, we know who the writers is, but we don't have any iconic storylines that really stood out more so like, oh, I know this run. You know what I'm saying? Like the only run, it's only two runs that I get that I hear people talk about, and one of them is not for the best. Um, Amazon's Attack, which dog shit, dog shit, but at the same time, it's a guilty pleasure of mine because of how stupid it is, but of how much potential there could have been if it was written correctly. And Wonder Woman Hecatea, I believe. Other than that, I don't think much of it really. Let's see. Hmm. Pre-crisis Wonder Woman runs need more love as the post-crisis Diana. Yeah, but I don't know. They might try to say they're problematic nowadays. Who knows? Who knows? I kind of wish Diana would go back to her her pre-crisis. I mean her post-crisis self, because the this Wonder Woman that I'm having now, I don't know. I'm not feeling this Wonder Woman. I'm not feeling as connected like I was when I was reading the post crisis, and that's just maybe a little bias on. Not that I'm not saying that what people were doing in New 52 or Rebirth or post Rebirth isn't that great, but for me, I'm just like, eh, eh, I'm still not getting it. I'm still not feeling it. You know. Um, So I don't know. And that's why I had made my video. That's why I had made my video about why she's a failure of a character. And it's not because she can't sell or anything. It's because when people talk about Wonder Woman, they don't really talk about Wonder Woman like that. You know what I mean? Like, most people can barely name her villains. Even me as a reader, I read the comic books, but I never paid attention to the storylines. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading Wonder Woman, and I can name moments of instance in her stories, but as far as like what the story is, I couldn't tell you because does that make sense? You know, like how Superman and Batman, you can name storylines and titles or whatever, but for Wonder Woman, you're just like, oh yeah, you remember that time when Wonder Woman fought Medusa? You remember that time she fought Cersei, and remember the several hundred times that she fought Cheetah? You know what I'm saying? Like, but as far as like a big major storyline, I can't really name storylines. And that sucks on me because as a reader, I should have been paying attention to titles. That is a fault on mine. But what I'm saying is, for Wonder Woman not to be as praised as Batman and Superman is ridiculous. Like, she's a Trinity. She is a Trinity member, for God's sakes. She needs to be there. She needs to be out there. And what I'm saying is, that's why I'm saying she needs to go back to post-crisis Wonder Woman looks. That's why she needs to go back to being less of a warrior and being more of the Amazon princess hero who wants to better the world, but not through violence. And I think like I said, when they did the New 52, they were like, Wonder Woman fights. I mean, is a woman, right? And everybody loves Xena the Warrior Princess. Let's make Wonder Woman Xena the Warrior Princess. You know, and that's what they've been doing for this long time. Like, most people, even though they watch the Wonder Woman movie, most people um see Wonder Woman as this compassionate person, which 1984 was trying to go back to what Wonder Woman was before we got to the New 52 stuff, where she was this fierce warrior princess, which I'm not saying that she's not, but as much as people don't like Wonder Woman 1984, and don't get me wrong, it is a something movie. It is a something movie. It's not the worst DC movie, but it's got issues. But the way Wonder Woman was acting and the way Wonder Woman was fighting, that is what Diana would be fighting like. She wouldn't be using her sword or shield. Like, people were like, where's the warrior from Wonder Woman 1? Why she's not acting like that? Because that's not what Wonder Woman is, though. Like, she's only that when she has to fight big wars, when she has to fight something that's really to the point where, oh, I need to get the shield and sword out, and I need to turn on Wonder Warrior Princess mode. Other than that, the stuff that we saw in Wonder Woman 1984, that's, as much as you guys don't like it, that is more true to Diana than, you know, the Wonder Woman movie and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. I know you don't like it, but that's what she is. Who is my favorite Diana supporting character? Do you really have to ask, Dominic? I think I made this pretty clear. Donna Troy. I think I made this pretty clear. Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, and Nubia. My three favorite supporting characters. And I want them to do. How many times have I made videos about I want them three to do more in the universe of DC? You already know the answer. War of Gods is one of Diana's major storylines. Yes. Yes. I can't believe Milestone removed Rocket's baby in the Static comic book. Of course not. Of course, why not? Because she can't be pregnant. I would love a Milestone cinematic universe, but knowing how Milestone is today, I don't know about that. Yeah, me too. I was just like, oh God, I don't want that neither, and we're probably going to get it because they're talking about, oh, they're going to do a Milestone animated movie universe, and I'm just like, if it's based on the new shit, no, I don't know. War of Gods is an old storyline that's like the start of Crisis on Infinite Earth. See? And it's got lost to time too, Free Fire Pro. It got lost to time, which sucks. Jessica Cruz versus ISIS. Yeah, you talking about Jessica Cruz Unearthed. That story was so irrelevant. It makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense, to be honest, but it is what it is. And what it is what it ain't. Oh, Lord. Let's see. How was 2021 for me? Well, it had a few highs and a lot of lows, man. A lot of lows. For me, this year's been another struggle because it's just been, I feel like I take one step forward and get knocked back 10 steps back, which, I don't really like to, throw a bunch of personal stuff on there or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for me is I have to start over. As much as I hate it, I have to start over. And that's one of the growing pains of like learning when you're an adult and having to start over from square one. It really kind of gets you down. If you know what I'm saying, if you really think about it, you're like, start over again. But I understand life happens, life gets you down, you just kind of have to get back up and move on. The highs been, going on a vacation, getting away from everything for 5 days. I know it wasn't long. I wish it was longer, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's something. Celebrating the holidays, which was one of my things, because you didn't really know if holidays were going to happen, but we were still able to make it work. That was pretty cool. And watching a few shows and movies, to be honest. I don't really have any favorite movies or shows that I watched over the year, because for me, I've been watching old shows and movies to try to catch up. Everybody's been telling me I need to watch this show, this show, this show, and I've been trying to sit down and catch up on everything. I've been trying to catch up on video games as well. I have a few video games for my PlayStation 4 and my Nintendo Switch that I got for Christmas that I need to sit down and play through as well. So those are a few of my highs, and of course, like I said, the lowest of the lows is just being having to start over again, and hopefully 2022 will be better and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the highs and the lows. But I did enjoy watching a few movies and shows. I definitely enjoyed watching JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching all of the Christmas movies, like HBO Max and Lifetime, Hallmark, Netflix. They release Christmas movies, and I was all up in them Christmas movies. So yeah, I know that was me watching all of those Christmas movies. TV shows. Were there any TV shows that I watched where I was just like, yeah, this was pretty something? I don't think there was. For me, I was just watching, TV, if that makes sense. Was there a TV show that I felt like I could watch? I know I gotta watch Cobra Kai. I definitely need to watch that. Everybody's been telling me about Arcania. Oh, Red Notice. I don't care what none of y'all say. Red Notice was fun. Red Notice was definitely fun. I definitely need to watch The Witcher, of course. Let's see. Was there another one? Well, I mean, we already got the lows of TV shows. Master of the Universe Revelation was terrible. Cowboy Bebop, hot trash. Squid Games was amazing. That was surprisingly a good show that I was told about watching. I was able to catch up on Hunter x Hunter. I was able to catch up on what was the show that it was another anime show that I watched. It was a few anime shows that I watched on Netflix and Hulu, and I cannot think of their names right now. Oh, Yashahime. Definitely not pleased with Yashahime. That I don't like these sequel series, these sequel anime series. Yeah, they're not the business for me. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that one, but it is what it is. I love Donna Troy. She's like the mom of the Titans, and for me, Dick having a sister is stupid. Stupid Dick sisters are Cassie and Donna Troy because they treat each other as siblings and no romantic attractions. Understandable. I watched a Christmas Story movie. My grandma loved A Christmas Story, and I hate it. I hate that movie so much. Just like I also hate the movie Miracle on 34th Street. Kiss my ass. I hate that one. And I hate It's a Wonderful Life. Again, kiss my ass. I hate them. I hate those three Christmas movies. You can't pay me enough to sit down and watch those movies. Let's see. Is the audio better now, Free Fire Bro? Sorry. Because I can't hear myself really to know if the audio's off. So I depend on you guys to let me know. George Perez used to call Dick and Donna the D twins because they never dated and they stated that they see each other as siblings. And that's what I like about their relationship. I remember somebody was talking about, I don't how come Dick and Donna Troy never date? Because they see each other as fucking siblings. That's why. They had like a long-term friendship, and Dick Grayson was the one that she talked to the most. And Dick Grayson was the one who investigated into her when she wanted to know who she was. While the rest of them kind of saw Donna as this girl, Dick saw her as just this regular person. You know what I'm saying? So, it is one of those things that I like to see when we have, girls and guys who are just friends and that's it, you know? But let's see. Have any of you guys seen the new Spider-Man movie? I'm only saying this because it made $1 billion at the box office, and I don't want. I know I posted my video, my thoughts about it, but there's been so many people still talking about they ain't seen it yet, and sometimes I might say things that might come out about Spider-Man that might be spoiler alert. So I'm just letting y'all know if I say anything, spoiler alert for Spider-Man No Way Home. Just know it's not on purpose. Is because I'm just assuming that all of y'all done went to go see it by now. But anyway, I want to see more Spider-Man stuff, and what I mean by that is if you've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, you know the way that Sony and Marvel ended this movie. There are so much potential with it that I want to see an Amazing Spider-Man 3. I want to see me an Amazing Spider-Man 4, and I want to see another Spider-Verse team-up cop movie between all three Spider-Mans. Yep, know the difference. If you can't tell the difference between Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and MCU Spider-Man, something's wrong with you, to be honest. Dang it. Had to cough again. Shit. I hate when I have to do that. Woo. But when I posted a video about Spider-Man 4, and what I suggest with Spider-Man 4 is instead of calling it Spider-Man 4, why don't we call it Spider-Girl and focus on Mayday Parker? I think that would be fantastic. That way you can bring Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst back in, but they don't have to be they don't have to really do as much as they would back in the day because they're a little bit older, and it'll be kind of cool to finally see Mary Jane and Peter as parents. That's why, when y'all see me kind of like defend Miles Morales, it's because Miles Morales is the young teenage Spider-Man, young adult Spider-Man that all of those all of them stories where he's struggling between his school life or his young adult life dealing with a lot of issues or whatever, that should be for Miles Morales. The Peter Parker that I want to see now is the Peter Parker that I remember reading when I was growing up, where he was married with Mary Jane and they were thinking about a family, and she also was having her career as a model and an actress while he was like transitioning from being being a photographer to being a scientist and a teacher at school. Like you get what I'm saying? Like this stuff is that was really cool to kind of see Peter actually enter the adult world with Mary Jane Watson. Now you don't see it anymore, because they want to try to keep him eternally youthful, and that's great. You can keep him forever young if you want to. I don't care if you keep him forever young. But what I want to see from Peter Parker is what Marvel's given us for the Fantastic Four. Because remember, the Fantastic Four had their children, and those kids grew up in front of our eyes. It took years. It took years. It took almost what 40 years before we got to see Valeria and Franklin as teenagers. Now they're just now becoming teenagers, and back in the day they were children. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird that all these other characters are allowed to grow up around Peter Parker except for Peter Parker. It's weird. Yeah, they should. They should. Like I want Peter Parker to be the young adult married with Mary Jane Watson, and if they want to have kids, let them have kids. And besides, excuse me, it only made sense. It only made sense to go ahead and transition Mary Jane and Peter into parenthood anyway. Like, why not? People love stories of when they do alternate what if stories where Mary Jane and Peter Parker are parents. And I don't understand how they keep talking about if they get married or if they have kids, they age them up. You do realize that a lot of us are products of our parents having us at early ages. Hello, young adult here, and I'm close to my mom's age. So come on now. Like, stop using that excuse as it makes them older. It really doesn't. People have kids at early ages all the time. It's nothing brand new. You know, it, they're in college. I mean, Peter and Mary Jane started their relationship in college. Once they graduated from college, it only made sense for them to get married and start a family. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Why not? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Renew your vows was hurtful knowing what one more day is. Yeah, pretty much. I love Mayday. As for Miles, Into the Spider Verse made him a better character than his comic book counterpart. Marvel gives off the impression that they don't know what to do with him. Well, see, I necessarily want to say that because again, a lot of people do not read Miles Morales comic books, and they'll say that, and I'm just like, but did you read his comic books? Are you only saying that because of what? You get what I'm saying? Because when I'm reading some Miles Morales comic books when he's in the main continuity now, he is nowhere close to Peter Parker at all. At all. He is probably like a swag trying to figure it out Spider-Man, if that makes sense. Like, he's Spider-Man, he's competent, but at the same time he is more naive than Peter Parker ever was as Spider-Man. And he does rely on a little bit more people than Peter Parker does as well, because he has a circle of people who do know who he is, more so than Peter Parker ever have. So to really say that he wasn't a good character until Into the Spider-Verse is very disingenuous, because he was his very own character in Ultimate Universe. And even when he was brought over into the main continuity, he was still his own character. I really don't understand where people come from, where they be like, he's just a black Peter Parker. Okay. I mean, I didn't know he was a nerdy child with glasses who lost both his parents, and he went to a field trip and accidentally got bit by a spider, and then became Spider-Man at age 15 and worked at the Daily Bugle and lost his first girlfriend to off the bridge thanks to a villain named Green Goblin, and best friends with Harry Osborn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get how when you kind of say he's a black Peter Parker, and then you list all the difference. He's not so much black Peter Parker anymore, is he? Um, yeah, renew your vows is what should have happened instead of one more day. And to see the only thing about Renew Your Vows is they screwed up Renew Your Vows when they aged up Annie Mae Parker, because it was just like, why did you age her up? Why did she need to be aged up? For what reason? That that was stupid. Like, they self-sabotage themselves with that. Like, that's one of the things that I hate with Marvel, is that when they do have a good child character, they age them up when nobody asks them to age up, and then they get mad when people reject them, reject reading about them anymore, because you screwed up the character. Nobody asked you to age up nothing. What's up? Hey, what's up? Let's see. My parents were both in their 20s when my mother had me, and my brother's 23 and 25. They're in their 40s now. See, that's what I'm saying. Miles reminds me of Deku. I mean, to be honest, Miles is a Deku character. The man looks up to Peter Parker in both his incarnations. Even in his comic book, he still looks up to Peter Parker. And it, again, it's one of his recurring themes that he has to like people be like, look, stop trying to be Spider-Man and be your own Spider-Man. You can't do everything Peter did, and that's one of his struggles that he always feels like he's never going to be good enough to be Spider-Man or even be good enough to be the legacy of Peter Parker. You get what I'm saying? And that's one of the instructor who really never wanted to be Spider-Man in the first place. It was an accident that he even became Spider-Man, and now he's trying to be Spider-Man, but he doesn't know if he should be Spider-Man because he has to deal with the fact that people see him as a knockoff Spider-Man. They know that the kid is black, so they're like, "Oh, it's this black guy trying to pretend to be Spider-Man." So he deals with a lot more stuff than Peter Parker had to kind of deal with when he was Spider-Man. Besides J. Jonah Jameson saying he's a menace, you get what I'm saying? Because there is a lot more pressure on Miles Morales than it is Peter Parker to get right. Because one thing about it is when Peter hit his lows, we stuck by him. When Miles Morales hit his lows, we're like, yeah, that's what, yeah, because you're just a knockoff Peter Parker. You want to be Spider-Man. Like, it's just like, why do we give the minority characters such a hard time? And especially when the character isn't written badly. I can understand, like, if we're talking about Kamala Khan ass or Kate Bishop Hawkeye or America Chavez, you know what I'm saying? Like, or we're talking about those kind of characters. I can understand the hatred coming from them because I've read their books. They're not written very, very well. But Miles Morales' Spider-Man book, it's been a solid. It's been a solid. It's not the best, and yes, there has been some knockoff Peter Parker storylines that they gave him. But let's be honest. There have been plenty of characters who took up the mantle that kind of had the kind of rehash of a story that the War Machine, She-Hulk, any Green Lantern, they all have done a redux of a storyline that the first character ever done before. This isn't something brand new. The only reason why we're harsh on it is because it's Miles Morales and because he's a black character that we're being a little bit more harsh on him about it. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of sad because it's just like, you guys are putting so much hatred or, putting all of this pressure on Miles Morales that you're not even giving Miles a fair shot when he's not part of that bad characterization of characters coming out of nowhere. All of those characters that came after Miles Morales, they literally came out of nowhere and was like, I'm going to be the new character and I'm going to be better than my predecessor. Miles never said that he would ever be better than Peter Parker at all. So it's kind of funny that we put Miles into that whole area of here's these brand new diverse characters that are taking the mantles of the original ones and they're better than the original ones. No. Miles never said that. Miles never even acted like he was ever better at all. It's only something we projected onto him because he was a successful diversity character that came just in between that transition of now we're starting to replace our white characters with diverse characters of color. Let's see. Marvel messed up Kate Bishop, which is sad. Yeah, I forgot. Kate Bishop before All New, All Different, Kate Bishop was actually a good character. Her and American Chavez, when they were introduced into the Young Avengers, they were solid characters. And then when we got to Young Avengers, the new Young Avengers volume after Children Crusade, and it was like probably towards 2000, the late 2010s, I believe, when we got to that transition, everybody just got changed, especially Kate and America Chavez became so unbearable. And then All New, All Different came and just accelerated all of that. And it was just like, man, like if people actually read Kate Bishop originally, man, you guys would love Kate Bishop. You would love America Chavez, the original ones. When they first appeared in the first Avengers run, y'all would have loved her. Y'all would have loved them characters. But now, Holy crap, they're unbearable. Marvel needs to take notes from No Way Home, made $1 billion, and their woke film like Eternals couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. People wanted fan service, not politics. That's true. I blame SJWs and their Miles Morales hatred. Silk should get the hate, not Miles. Yes, and that's the funny thing. Nobody wants to throw hate on Spider Gwen or Silk ass, and those are some knockoff hoes, especially Silk bitch ass. Silk is literally an Asian Peter Parker. She got bit by the same spider. She was there on a field trip. She went through everything that Peter Parker went through, and she also works at a Daily Bugle. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? But yet nobody talks about she's just a knockoff Asian version of Peter Parker. But they say Miles Morales is, and it's just like, have you read Silk bitch ass? Please read Silk bitch ass. Because if you want to talk about a knockoff, if you really want to talk about a knockoff character, Silk is definitely a knockoff character. I don't see anything interesting about her. Oh, she squirts out organic weapon from her fingertips. Okay, and what else you got? What else you got? Nothing. Exactly. But seeing how people hate Miles without reading his comics, I'm more sympathetic towards him. Yeah, and it sucks because I really wish people give Miles that chance, because it's just like, okay, you gave Miles Morales a chance in Into the Spider-Verse. You gave him a chance in the Spider-Man game, but you still won't give him a chance in the comic books? Make that make sense. And don't get me wrong, that ugly ass costume they gave him didn't help anything, but holy shit. But still, give the boy some slack, because when he's in the Ultimate Universe, his Ultimate Universe books are selling a lot higher than these other characters. You know what I'm saying? And again, even his regular run is still, it's not impressive, but it's still making sales though. So it's kind of crazy when people be like, he's such a knockoff or he's such a failure of a character, but he sells. He's a $1 billion character now. And I don't understand why Marvel, some people at Marvel want to like self-sabotage that character, I guess, because it does feel like they're self-sabotaging. And then you have people, going on YouTube or Twitter or whatever who haven't read the comic book, want to lump him in with these other characters. And it's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Miles was here 10 years ago. And because, Into the Spider-Verse is when people were like, oh, wow, Miles Morales. And I'm like, but Miles already been here. What are you guys talking about? You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, where were you people at? Like, Miles been here. He's not a brand new character that came in with all new, all different. He was already here. Let's see. Miles get flax because he got lumped in with Kamala, which overshadows his good points. You are definitely right about that, Blue Wind. Look at the parody shows and movies they rip off Peter Parker origin story. Ironheart is unbearable. I don't know what Brian Michael Bendis was thinking with that one. They said what got me is when she had said, when the thing that really blowed my mind is when she told her white teacher to be racist towards her so she can prove her wrong, so she can be better. And I'm like, what the have you read
Have you seen a genius character before?
do you like know what a genius character is? A genius female character wouldn't be talking like that. Matter of fact, a genius person in general wouldn't say no dumb shit like that. And not even a 6-year-old wouldn't even say no dumb shit like that. Brian, what the hell was you thinking, bro? Let's see. Again, you're making fair points. I stopped reading Miles because of the time and Bendis mirroring his family and history with Peter's parents. Silk was wasted potential. Spider-Man was just pushed too much. Well, yeah, but Dominic, now go back and read the Miles Morales comic book run, like from Ultimate all the way till now. Read it and actually understand the character. I think that's what a lot of people are kind of like not really, giving a fair shot. Like I think now that you understand like why I'm saying that this character isn't Peter Parker, I'm saying now go back and just give his comic books a chance. Yes, there are going to be some times where his books mirrors Peter Parker, but again, anybody who took up the legacy of a character is always going to have a few storylines that are going to be knocked off from the original one. That is a fact. That shit's been happening since the 80s. So I don't know why everybody just freaking out all of a sudden. I just think that, the reason why we freaked out about the stuff with Miles Morales is because they were picking terrible Spider-Man storylines and giving it to Miles Morales. That was the problem. They weren't even giving us good Spider-Man stories. They were giving us knockoff Spider-Man. I mean, they were giving us knockoff terrible Spider-Man storylines. I was just like, what the hell? I think the only storyline you're probably not gonna like, because I didn't like it, is the whole Miles and Peter and Gwen Stacy thing. There's a part of the run where Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales Spider-Man comic books cross over, and they're going to go through these different dimensions, and some of the dimensions is going to have it where Miles and Gwen Stacy, the Spider-Gwen version, is married and they have children together. And I'm like, nope, 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 fuck this shit. Other than that, like, that was the one time I was just like, I was turned off from the comic book, only because I don't like Gwen Stacy I don't like Spider-Gwen. I don't like Spider-Gwen at all. So putting her ass in there was just so unnecessary. And I was like, why would you give Miles Morales this knockoff bitch? Like, she was Peter Parker's girlfriend. It's weird. Yes, that's not the Gwen Stacy we all know and love, but still, you know what I mean? It's weird. Um, let's see. Yeah, it's Marvel's fault though. They're not helping his character by lumping him in with the Guardians knockoff Teen Titans with the shit diverse characters and what if story. Yeah, I know that's the thing that be killing me. I'd be like, Marvel, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop trying. Look, stop. The character was already successful without all of this nonsense. Who's telling you the character's not successful? Who's telling you that the character's not successful? Whoever telling you the character's not successful, they're lying to you. Stop trying to put him in all of this nonsense that he doesn't need. You know what I mean? Thoughts on Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider? I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the run. Because let's be honest, we all had different Ghost Riders before. This ain't the first damn time. This probably ain't gonna be the last time we had another damn Ghost Rider. The one thing that really was crazy is how you found out how Robbie Reyes is the Ghost Rider, because he's not the average Ghost Rider. His Ghost Rider is like his demonic uncle that's stuck to his ass, and it's just like, holy shit. And of course, being able to turn a car into a Ghost Rider, into a vehicle, hell yeah, sign me up. Sign me the fuck up. I love that. I love that design like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me Johnny Blaze, but Robbie Reyes, the second best Ghost Rider. I don't care what none of y'all say. The first one is Johnny Blaze, and the second one is Robbie Reyes, and the rest of them, you can have the rest of them. I don't care about the other ones. I care about those two. Yeah, revealing his parents was S.H.I.E.L.D. agents like Peter Parker's parents. Yeah, that was stupid. Well, I mean, it was already sewn into Miles' dad when he was in the Ultimate Universe. So I think what was stupid is making Peter's parents spies. I think that was more stupid than Miles. Miles' parents make more sense than Peter's parents did. I never liked it, the whole Peter Parker's parents were spies thing or whatever. No, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Keep put that shit out. Get that shit out of here. Miles' dad makes more sense because of him and his brother grew up on the streets, and him and his brother were great criminals, and he won. In order to keep out of prison, he joined S.H.I.E.L.D. The dad joined S.H.I.E.L.D. The brother went to jail for a little bit and became the Prowler. That's way more interesting than, oh, look, Peter Parker's parents are S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Oh, Oh, really? What are the odds of Peter Parker's parents being connected to Shield? None. And you see, most people rejected that storyline. So it wasn't really nothing stupid about Miles' parents. It's more stupid that Peter's parents were even connected, to be honest. Let's see, Ironheart comic book kind of a knockoff wokeness meets Iron Man racism. Okay. Funny enough, Eve Lynn made Ironheart a better character by giving her a new characterization from Business old one. However, still needs to improve comic book writing. I heard. But it's just like for her, she had a tough time anyway because the character was already dog shit and nobody was willing to come back for that run. Like nobody really cared about her run, but people said it's way better than the Brian Michael Bendis run. Of course it is, but you destroyed the character to the point where don't nobody care about giving that character a chance. I don't care about giving Riri Williams a chance. I don't think she needs to exist. That's just my opinion. Yeah, they gave like you mean like the Clone Saga when they gave it to Miles? I don't give a shit about any of the clones in Spider-Man mythos. I hate most of the clones. Yeah, Free Fire Pro. That's what got on my nerves. Is like Marvel. At least if you're gonna pull off knockoff Peter Parker stories, give good knockoff Peter Parker stories. They were giving Miles the stories that we hate from Peter Parker's mythos, and I'm like, Marvel, if it didn't work with Peter, what makes you think it's going to work with Miles? We didn't like it with Peter. We're not going to like it with Miles, though. So it's weird. It's weird that Marvel thought that, hey, let's redo the storylines. People didn't like it. I mean, I saw it coming. I did see the Clone Saga coming because you know from the previous storyline with the Ultimanium that Miles was dealing with. I already knew they were going to eventually do a Clone Saga. Sadly, I see Miles and Mayday Parker better than Miles and Gwen. That would be more original. Exactly, Blue Wind. That's what I'm talking about. That would have made way more sense. That would have definitely made way more sense. I see somebody was watching my video too. One. Yeah, I don't give Miles Peter sloppy seconds like Gwen Stacy. That's weird. I prefer him with Mayday Parker as well. I know that's what I'm saying. I'm like, at least if you're gonna do a Spider Girl, it would have made more sense to do Mayday Parker. Why would you sit up here and do stupid stupid Gwen Stacy? Like it doesn't make logical sense. Robbie Reyes is actually a welcome addition to the Ghost Rider mythos. In a way, he's Earthbound Demon as Supergirl Linda Matrix was Earthbound Angel. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And I know. I mean, he's such a great character anyway. Uh-oh. Hold on. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. So I enjoyed the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I think he's pretty well done. I think he has good potential. He's way better than whatever the hell they were doing with the other Ghost Riders to me. And I have no problem. I don't think he's a diversity push or anything. I actually enjoyed his storyline and him trying to take care of his brother who has I think autism or something like that. I enjoyed that storyline, and I think it was really cool of how he became Ghost Rider. It wasn't like it was something like he wanted to do it. It was kind of forced onto him by his crazy uncle. So I think he's a great addition to Ghost Rider. Him and Johnny Blaze. Other than that, like I said, I don't care about the other Ghost Riders. I hate how they're going the Clone Saga in Miles Morales. Yeah, they already did the Clone Saga. It's finished now. I heard Sony wants to make a standalone Black Cat film with one of the cast member from the crappy New Mutants film. I mean, they can do a standalone Black Cat movie, but we don't need nobody from that New Mutants film because those characters were not even close to the New Mutants. I was like, man, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? I don't know. Y'all tell me. You let me know. because that wasn't it for me. That was not it for me. You know? Oh God. Let's see what else is being said. Oh, okay. But I hope when they do a black cat, I want to see a good black cat costume. Like, I don't care what none of y'all say. I think Asamiak's black cat costume was dog shit. That's probably the worst black cat costume I've ever seen. I was just like, what is this? Why is she decked in armor instead of snatched leather suit, with the white frills? You know what I'm saying? Like, where was that at? That's what I was looking for. Not the armor piece, not this armor piece bullshit they got going on. And I want to see a Felicia Hardy that got body. Like, I'm tired of these less than 100-pound women in these costumes with no titties and no hips and no ass. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You know? Like, damn. It's just crazy. My favorite Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle character trait is Leonardo and Raphael. Well, Leonardo is my favorite. And just for instance, anybody who's reading the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books, y'all complaining about Jenica, but y'all was talking about how Venus de Milo destroyed the turtles or whatever, and that bitch was way better than that Jenica hoe. That Jenica hoe destroyed the Teenage Ninja Mutant comic book series. Don't nobody even want to read the Teenage Ninja Mutant comic book. Oh, let's add a female turtle because she's awesome. You mean, but when they did add a good solid female character, Venus de Milo, who actually had a character arc, who actually was a character, you guys destroyed her and said that they don't need to have no female characters. But then IDW was like, we're going to introduce Jenica, and everybody was like, yay! And then the storyline got assed. Yeah, Venus de Milo ain't looking so bad now. Apologize to Venus de Milo, because Venus de Milo wasn't even a bad character. She wasn't even a bad turtle character at all. She was way better than anything that Jenica ass came with. That old ugly turtle bitch destroyed the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. God, can't stand that. I hate that. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I did hear that Sony was trying to do a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie, though. So I'm just like, why don't you just do the Black Cat Silver Sable movie then instead? But I know this is probably crazy, but you guys remember the Spider-Man 90s cartoon? I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger in the comic books, I was always looking for Black Cat and Morbius to be a couple, and I was like, why they're not together? Because Black Cat was with Michael Morbius in the Spider-Man animated series, and I just was like, okay, but why in the comic books why they're not together as a couple? This doesn't make no logical sense. And I come to find out that Michael Morbius and Felicia never really never dated or even connected like that. And I was like, oh man, the show lied to me. But question, guys, would you guys actually want to see Black Cat with Morbius though? Like, wouldn't that be like such an interesting relationship though? I'm just saying, I think it'll be interesting. Nothing like some good juice. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I thought they was a good couple. I thought they were a great couple, but I guess Marvel lied to me. The Spider-Man show lied to me because they weren't together in the comic books, and now I feel betrayed. Like, God damn it. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Well, Trey, I'm sorry to tell you this. But for the Black Cat film, they want to get the chick who played Magic. Look, I like the actress who played Magic. She's actually a good actress. But no, baby. No, 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 baby. No, no, no ho, no ho, no. No ho, no, no. You need some titties. You need to put some muscle on. I mean, okay, get Anne Hathaway in. Yeah, Anne Hathaway. She didn't play Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises, but she sure as hell played she sure as hell was flexible. She had boobs and she had a body. Anne Hathaway had at least a B cup. I'm being honest. And she was snatched and tight in that costume. And if you want if I had to choose a person who can be Black Cat, then why not Anne Hathaway? I'm just saying. And make sure Black Cat hair is white. It's not that damn hard. Put some goddamn white hair on Black Cat. Like, please do not get lazy and be like, well, no, there is no, the character hair is white, just like Silver Sable's hair is white silverish hair. Felicia Hardy's hair is white. Now, put on some white hair for her, please and thank you. Damn. That one time they made April O'Neil a teenage black girl in Nickelodeon Rise, I just happened once. Oh, my confession, in the original Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle comic, April is black. Yeah, Rise of the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles was too ugly for life. I was not even gonna give it a chance. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. In the PlayStation 4, I prefer Black Cat with Peter than MJ because that MJ in the video game is an annoying bitch. She don't have a body either, and you can't be a bitch and have no body. Pick a struggle. You can't be both. Yeah, Free Fire Pro. That's why when they were talking about, oh, we need to change the face of Peter Parker because it doesn't work, and I was just like, okay, so what about this bitch MJ? Her face don't damn work. That ain't no. Who face is this? That ain't Mary Jane Watson. That bitch fat. That she got fat cheeks. She ain't got no model face features at all. And Mary Jane Watson doesn't even wear her hair in a ponytail. I don't know what's up with this recent event of having Mary Jane Watson's hair in a fucking ponytail, but that ain't the business. Everybody knows that Mary Jane Watson has long, luscious red hair. Stop with this. We're gonna slightly make her hair red, and then the rest is orange, and then we're gonna put it in a ponytail, and then we're gonna make her less appealing. No, Mary Jane Watson needs to be a fine as fuck woman. Where if I saw Black Cat and Mary Jane Watson, I'm supposed to struggle between who I need to pick. Not, well, Mary Jane Watson looks ugly. Black Cat it is. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Alicia and Michael together as a couple. They may be polar opposites, but in hands of a competent writer and artist, people will buy it. I know, right? Like, I enjoyed what they were doing with their relationship in Spider-Man, the 90s show. So it just makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? What, my audio's bad right now? For real? It's already at the maximum volume though. And I cannot hear. Let me see. Oh God. See, this is what happens when you try to do things on the thing, you know. Let me try to see if I can open my thing up in another thing to try to see if I can hear it, because I can't really hear myself. So I don't know that the volume's bad. So bear with me. Okay. Silver Sable is another underrated superhero in Marvel. Yeah? Let me see. Can anybody hear me? Silver Sable is another underrated superhero in Marvel. Now your audio keeps cutting on and off. That's the issue. God dang it. Shit. Okay. Oh man. It's a little better now. It was a little distorted. Let me see if I can. Cause see, I don't really know how to fix it. Cause see, since I'm doing it. I mean, I know it's always because they always try to be like the signal or whatever. So I don't know. Is it better now? Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna try to. Can you hear me now? Is it better now? Or do I need to be a little bit further away from the mic? Or do I need to be up? I mean, let me know. I just wanna I just wanna try to get the audio correct as best as I can, guys. Because again, I can't really hear it. I wouldn't have never known that audio was bad. It's okay. I have issues with my audio mic during my streams too. Yeah. Oh God, I hate, I hate how sometimes StreamYard 1 minute it'll work great for your audio, and then when you get on one stream, the audio is just terrible. And let's see. In recent news, there won't be any sequels or prequel for The Matrix after Matrix Resurrection bombed. Yeah, I heard it bombed. I heard it bombed bad. It bombed real bad. I think it I think they said it made 16 million for a 5-day weekend. Dang it. For Fire Pro. See, I didn't even know that it was cutting off the audio like that. Man, I wish they let me know. Like I wish I can hear my audio so I can be like, oh God, it's going in and out. But yeah, that's what happens when you do these streaming services. Gotta try to figure out like, is it working or is it not working? 1 minute it'll work, then next minute it won't. I'm quite sure the next time I live stream it'll probably be better. I don't trust the upcoming Ninja Turtle film. Wait, there's a upcoming Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle film? Oh snap! I didn't know that. I did not know that. Holy crap! So the last Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles I watched was the 2003. The current TMT run in IDW was awesome. It was out on 2012. Now that nonsense in RTMNT. Yeah. I heard when IDW did have the Teenage Ninja Turtles, it was really good, and it was until they introduced the new female turtle called Jenica, where she was a human girl who some of the chemicals on the turtles fell on her, and when she woke up, she was now a female turtle, and that's when a lot of people said the book just declined from there, and I was just like, oh man, that sucks real bad, to be honest. Like, god dang. Let's see, hold on. I'm hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Fix this thing. Okay. Oh, look at that. I skipped the 2012 TMT show. You talking about the Rise of the Nickelodeon 3D one? The Nickelodeon 3D one wasn't as bad as I thought. I just didn't like that April and Casey were teenagers. Other than that, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles 2012 is actually good. Because usually reboots that came out in 2010 suck ass. Y'all remember the 90s Black Cat booty in the cartoon? I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want Black Cat with some booty. She needs to be sexy. We need sexy cat, Black Cat. You know, we don't need ugly Black Cat or skinny booty or flat booty or non-existent booty. And that's the thing that gets on my nerves with a lot of these female characters is nowadays they all don't have no ass or anything. Nothing. No ass, nothing. No boobs or anything. And you're just looking like, what the hell is this then? You know? The 90s Black Cat had abs of steel. Jesus. Yeah, she was pretty cool, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, when I saw the show, I thought that we were going to get um I mean, when I read the comic books, that's why I thought like we were going to see that Black Cat, and we never got a chance to see that Black Cat. I mean, not that Black Cat, but the relationship of Black Cat and Michael Morbius. The season one, I don't like the art and the animation style. Yeah, I can understand that, Roland Dodge. It was ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit jarring, but it actually had a good storyline. I remember a lot of cartoons had that cake, man. I fear for the 1970s X-Men. Are they really going to be like the 1997 X-Men? I doubt it. I doubt it too. Well, be great for April O'Neil as Black, that she was biracial, as she was half Irish and Black American. She worked as a reporter that she was searching for her Irish mother who were kidnapped by ninja clans. I mean, I guess so. I mean, like I said, I really didn't care about the rise of the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, because who cares, you know? And I can't believe it. Cobra Kai's back on. I'm totally needs to watch it, and I can't wait to watch it. Now that's how you bring back a show and respect the original one without insulting anybody. And that's just something that, for some reason, it seems like Hollywood tend to not understand sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, how do you not understand? It ain't that hard to understand. Just give people what they want. Make sure it's fan pleasing. Make sure it doesn't insult the characters of old, and make sure that it respects the history and the legacy and the fans of old. And you got something going on. Like, that's why No Way Home made $1 billion. We all know the only reason why most of us went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home is because we knew all the Spider-Man was going to be in there. If all of the Spider-Man wasn't going to be in that movie, a lot of us probably wouldn't have went to go watch it, because a lot of us were already turned off from what Far From Home. Because let's be honest, the only reason why a lot of us watch Far From Home is because it picked up right after Avengers Endgame. It's the same thing with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was squished in between two movies that they made it look like you needed to watch it, but both Far From Home and Captain Marvel, you didn't really need to watch them, to be honest, because they didn't really do much for me at all. The only thing that you need to watch from Far From Home was the end, was the ending. Other than that, it really wasn't much substance in that movie, and that's really saying something. The Rise of Teenage Mutant Turtles actually have the best fights out of all the Turtles. I'll just watch Rise for the fighting scenes, to be honest. I don't know. I enjoyed the 2003 Turtle ones, and I think that's probably the best Teenage Mutant Turtle show ever. Is the 2003 one, where they were able to go dark and gritty with the Teenage Mutant Turtles too. Oh, oh yes, and other characters from other comic book series had appeared in the show too. Yeah, hell yeah, sign me up for that. The only real MJ I can think of recently that has been adapted right was Into the Spider Verse MJ. Yeah, that's because we didn't get a chance to really see her much, but she looked like MJ and she had a body, so that was something. I can't believe that we haven't had a a good MJ in a long time, and that sucks too. That really does suck that we haven't had a good MJ in a long time. Like, can we please get a Mary Jane Watson, for God's sakes? Please, I beg. Please, I beg. You know, and it just kind of sucks to kind of see how they've been mistreating that character as well. But it's just like that notion of how I think there was an article talking about love interest and how love interests need to stay love interests. And I think that's what needs to happen. They always trying to make the love interest do way more than what is required of them in these movies, and they don't need to. Like, I'm sorry, Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man 2 shouldn't have been doing a lot a lot of stuff. She shouldn't have been active like that. Like, I understand in the first movie, okay, sure, but in the second movie, no. The only the only reason why Gwen Stacy should be there is because the villain knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and was able to get her and use her against him. Other than that, nah, she shouldn't be trying. I'm gonna fight Electro and I'm gonna help you whether you want to or not. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, say what you want about the Sam Raimi, but Mary Jane Watson knew what her job was, to be the moral support for Peter Parker and be the damsel in distress. That's what Mary Jane Watson and Gwen Stacy characters are. That's what love interest should be. The same thing with Karen Page. Yeah, they might do a little bit of moments where they fight off their kidnappers or help passively solve something for the hero. But other than that, they don't need to be fighting or trying to step up to the plate or be partners like the PlayStation 4 MJ was. I was like, bitch, go to hell. Go to hell. There's only one ace reporter. There's only one female ace reporter in the world that is allowed to do what MJ was doing, and that's Lois Lane. And we're not in the DC universe, so I ain't trying to hear none of that of what you're doing. You know, the MCU have a bunch of unbearable actors besides just Brie Larson. The guy who plays Shang-Chi mocked anti-woke crowd. Yeah, they hire whoever they want to in for the MCU, to be honest. Rise of TMT was too annoying. They act like Mikey and Ralph was the leader, and they gender swapped Casey Jones along with race swapping and age swapping. Wait, but Casey Jones and April O'Neil are supposed to be oh my god, they made them lesbians. Holy crap. Wow, that's terrible. That is definitely terrible. You know? Like, god damn it. Just that sucks to hear that though. I'm so disappointed. I am just disappointed in that. That's very disappointing, to be honest. But it is what it is, and what it is what it ain't. Oh Lord have mercy. Oh guys, do me a favor when Kate and Dylan do their live streams and stuff like that, y'all gotta blow up their live chats and be like, y'all need to come back on the streams and stop playing. Oh, just be messing. Oh, there's a car. There's a car. I hear a car outside. Okay. Oh, I mean, and then the brakes ain't even all that good, and you over here trying to shift the turbo. Don't you hate when a car is crusty as hell, and then trying to drive real fast and trying to shift it in turbo, and it's just like, but your brakes are bad, and your car looks like a hot mess. Like, come on now, stop trying to show out for who you trying to show out for. You need to go and get another car. That's what you need to do. Damn brake squeaking and your ass trying to rev it up. um, remember Michael Bay's TMNT? I do remember Michael Bay's TMNT. That was really cool. I mean, they can't even take a female rabbit being sexualized despite having it and a Clockwork Orange reference in Space Jam 2. Yeah, you're right. They did have Pennywise and Clockwork Orange and other slew of villains in Space Jam 2, and everybody was just like, "You can have them, but Lola Bunny's not allowed to look beautiful because reasons." And you know, that's why the movie failed. The movie failed because people. I don't understand this whole let's subvert expectations with people. You know, like, oh, we need to subvert expectations and stuff like that. So let's take characters that look good and let's make them unappealing to people, and then get up and then wonder why people didn't want to watch the movie or play the video game or watch the show. I mean, there's articles complaining about Arkham City's designs for the female characters, like talking about it's the male gaze. No, bitch, it's everybody gaze. Look, I need people to understand. Most people who watch this stuff and support this stuff is, what is it? Class, straight, white, and male. Mostly straight and male. You can even if you remove the white, it's still mostly straight males who are supporting this stuff, who are watching this stuff. They're your target audience majority of the time. Sorry you don't like it. Stop trying to change everything about stuff to accommodate other people who never really cared. Think of the children. Fuck the children. Fuck the children. They weren't around when we grew up on Space Jam or whatever. So why are you making changes? Because guess what? You're betting on nostalgia. Because if you really wasn't, you would have constantly made Space Jam movies. So a new generation could have got used to these characters, but you didn't. Or it's the same thing with Looney Tunes. You could have had a new generation that understood Looney Tunes, but you didn't. You canceled them, and then you want to bring them back, and now they're problematic. Get out of here with that. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, the desexualization of Lola Bunny and Space Jam, in my opinion, the best Lola Bunny is the Looney Tunes show. While they just made her a crazy bitch who was obsessed with Bugs Bunny. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I didn't like that Lola Bunny. I didn't like that Lola Bunny, but she grew on me. But I want, I rather, what I want is I want to see the Space Jam, the first Space Jam Lola Bunny, because she was smart, she was intelligent, she was competent, and she knew she was sexy, but she could also play ball. And I want to actually see a Looney Tunes show that have her as a sophisticated character instead of her being an annoying person or a crazed bitch. You know what I mean? I've been meaning to ask you for a while, Trey. Do you have a Discord server? I do. I do have a Discord server, but I do not know how to work it at all. At all. I have one, but I do not know how to work it. I've been trying to figure out how to work Discord for a long time. Like when I will put the link down in my description, people were like, it didn't take me anywhere. And I'm like, oh damn it. I remember Hulk and the She-Hulk cartoon. Both She-Hulk and Hulk look good. I can't imagine that. Imagine that being for kids. Yeah, but it was because again, like they said back in the day when they were doing these cartoon shows. Yeah, the target audience is kids, but they also wanted to make sure that these shows can be remembered and watched over again. And they didn't want to talk down to the children. They didn't want to dress the characters down for the kids. They wanted they wanted people to see these characters how they are. And that's why a lot of these shows in the past are more remembered than today's shows or even the 2010 shows. The male gaze or whatever, most people don't like to look at ugly people. Most people like to look at beautiful people. I don't want to look at ugly bitches or gals with no shapes. That's what I'm saying. Like people forget, like we are visual animal creatures. I don't want to go to a movie or play a video game or watch a show and the bitch ugly. And that includes the man and the woman. I don't want to see ugly looking characters, especially if they're the main characters. Now, if they're supporting characters, if they're side characters, okay, cool. Or if they're elderly characters, if they're supposed to be older, that's fine. But if they're teenagers, if they're young adults, or whatever, why would I want ugly ass kids? I mean, people. I don't want to look at no ugly ass person on a show. It ain't funny. It ain't cute. Now, unless you're doing a show like Ugly Betty, where the whole premise is her being ugly for real. I mean, that girl was a hot mess. But over time, she finally got out of being ugly. But still, that was the whole purpose of that show. But to just have a plain Jane looking woman with no body, with no boobs, with nothing, but then you get a guy and he looks like a Greek goddess and she don't have nothing. What's missing here? That don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. Get me a woman that got a body and let them dress like they're sexy. It don't make no sense when we go into these shows. I mean, they're on the red carpet. These female characters, these female people who actually do have bodies, right? They're on the red carpet. They got bodies. They're in dresses that are gorgeous, and then in the movies, they look like who did it, what for, and why not? And you're like, what the hell happened here? What got lost in translation here? You know? In other words, embrace the past and the future from it as we move forward to the future. Yes, yes, something Disney's going to rebuild Splash Mountain because cancel culture. Also, I don't get can't have any attractive female in things but cartoons for kids, but LGBT themes are okay. Yeah, that don't even make no damn sense. You can't have gorgeous women, but LGBT stuff all over kids programming. That makes more logical sense. I remember Avengers Assemble. It was great. It had both attractive males and females, but it was just boring as hell. Avengers Assemble was boring as hell. Trey, thoughts on DC bombshells? I like it. I like it. I mean, at least the women are allowed to look like women, and they're allowed to be big breasted with boobs. You know what I'm saying? So I can't complain at all. I cannot complain at all. You know? I'm never going to complain about that. So you already know you're not going to get a complaint from me after that. I'm just like, okay, cool. You know, it is what it is with that. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's how I feel about Zendaya. She looks sexy on the red carpet, but in the movies they dress her up in these ugly clothes. That's what I'm saying. You know, I made a. That's what I had did a statement on a post because they were like, "Oh my God, Zendaya, she looks beautiful or whatever," and I said, "Yeah, too bad in the movie she looks ugly as fuck." And that the reason why I'm saying that is because they do that to almost every beautiful girl. Where this girl, she looks gorgeous. Everybody's saying that she's drop dead gorgeous um outside of the movies or whatever. And then when she's in the movies, they dress her up ugly. And you're like, what is this? Like Zendaya, she's supposed to be a version of Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson is a gorgeous girl. That means I mean, I know y'all seen her on Disney Channel before. She has makeup, she has nails on, she wears the heels, she wears the little cute little skirts or dresses and stuff like that. And you mean tell me y'all couldn't do that in Spider-Man in the Spider-Man franchise? Y'all couldn't do that at all? Come on now, that don't make no damn logical sense to me. It really don't, and it pisses me off. And then she comes on a red carpet looking drop dead gorgeous. Like, hello, that's what MJ would wear. Why is she not wearing nothing like that in the movies? I mean, hell, go go and watch Casey Undercover, where even in high school, she had on lipstick, she had on blush, she had these beautiful nails, and she still dressed up tomboyish, but she was attractive. And what I'm saying is, why couldn't she be dressing like that in the Spider-Man movies, but they made her like this ugly bomb girl with these sarcastic things where I'm just like, what does Peter see in you? Because I don't see anything in you. If anything, I want to snap your neck. You know? Oh, I meant Earth Mightiest Heroes. Yeah, Earth's Mightiest Heroes is a good show. That's definitely a good one. It's still a crime that both Wolverine and X-Men and Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes got canceled. I know, and they were good shows. They were definitely good shows. Also, I didn't know this, but Wes said that DC has an omniverse, which is everything is canon and also nothing is canon, which is dumb. Yeah, they introduced this omniverse to try to explain why characters are young and some are old or all that kind of. It's comic books. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? It's comic books. It's comics books. It's a linear timeline. Who cares? Jesus Christ. Black Widow in Avengers look more like a brunette than a redhead. Probably because of the shading techniques on in the show. The show was just plain boring, to be honest. Hey Trey, had a future stream about you and I talk about what if Donald Troy in 2003 Teen Titans was part of the Teen Titans in your stream. That would be an interesting, fun stream. Maybe. I got to see when I can do one. Except for Brie Larson, she always been ugly. Even trying to think she's ugly. Yeah. my thing is the have you got if any of you guys seen there's a deleted scene. There's a deleted scene in Avengers Age of Ultron, right? Where they actually show a stand-in for Captain Marvel. Like Captain Marvel was supposed to show up at the end of Age of Ultron. And they actually had a stand-in actress. I don't know who the actress is, but that actress was drop dead gorgeous. And then they removed it because they said, "Oh no, because we're going to do a Captain Marvel movie, and we want to introduce her in the Captain Marvel movie." If any of you guys ever get a chance to see that deleted scene, look at it, and you'll see how gorgeous the actress who's supposed to play Captain Marvel was. And that was the stand-in actress that they got rid of. And then if you look at Brie Larson's stunt double, her stunt doubles in Captain Marvel and the Avengers, gorgeous, gorgeous women. They have beautiful faces. They look beautiful as hell, and they have bodies. They have boobs and they have bodies. And I'm just like, but you pick Brie Larson as over these women? Get out of here with that shit. Don't even make no damn sense. Yeah, Trey, I remember Tom Holland was in a scene in the MCU only in his boxer showing off his body. I know. And they did it in every movie where he would magically get into a situation where he had nothing on but his boxer briefs and everybody else just staring at him. And I'm like, okay, so but we're not allowed to get Zendaya looking beautiful? Come on now. How many scenes in the Marvel movies where the men are objectified, but the women are just dressed up to no end, to no end? I don't even understand that. That don't even make no logical sense. Why the women aren't dressed up? Why the women aren't gorgeous is the thing that confuses the hell out of me. I don't understand that. But the men shirtless bodies all the time. How do you know? How do you know that the us guys didn't come? We came to the movies to see women too. Why are we not allowed to see any of the women being sexy or wearing amazing costumes that show off them being sexy? You know, what's crazy is fake Iris West from the CW showed off her midriff, and she said that she couldn't even be allowed to do that today. Yeah, I heard in the CW they make sure all the women are dressed up. That's why none of the women. That's why none of the female superheroes have any costume that's revealing, while the guys can. It makes absolutely no sense. Subverting the male Yale. I saw the deleted scene. I can't imagine her in a black outfit with the red sash. Right? All they had to do was put her in a red sash on her, and put the yellow logo and the domino mask on her face. Perfect. She was perfect. I don't even understand why they did that. You remind me of Disney's censoring Jessica Rabbit on the ride. Yeah, they censored her, and now they put her in a jacket. They put her in a trench coat, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's not Jessica Rabbit. Stop trying to censor everything. That's the problem. And then they wonder why everybody goes to Japan for stuff, or why people reject this stuff, because you can't keep censoring things that people like. And everything can't be think of the children, or everything can't be, oh, we're trying to subvert the expectations or trying to subvert male gaze. Not when the people that are in Hollywood are the main ones raping and doing crazy things to people all the time. All the time. They're doing all the stuff that they're trying to preach to us about. They're the main ones doing all that terrible things to them people. But yet you want to try to lecture me on what I need to change. Come on now. That don't even make no sense. God dang it. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Hollywood do the worst shit and they get away with it because they have money. Yes. Oh, please think of the minorities. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Think of the minorities. Well, they don't worry about the minorities. I can tell you that. I definitely can tell you that. I can definitely tell you that. They ain't thinking about us at all. Not one bit. They can give they can give two fucks about us. Only when they need the virtue signal. Only when they need the virtue signal is when they want to do the think of the minorities or whatever. Nah, screw all of that. Screw all of that, you know? But hey, guys, any of you guys got any plans for the New Year Eve or whatever and stuff like that? Like I said, I was supposed to be doing a stream, but like I said, Dylan is a drunken mess, and Kate's abandoned me. She she doesn't want to do streams with me anymore. Sad face. So it is what it is. um, but yeah, what are you guys' plans for New Year's? I'm probably gonna be at home because a few of my family members are sick, and I'm ended up taking care of them. So yay for that. But hey, I get to play some video games and maybe do some drawings or whatever and stuff like that. I guess when I get in a higher range of subscribers, guys, I guess in order to keep the channel running, I guess we'll have to be like, please, can you buy a drawing to support the channel? Just to keep the channel going. I guess I'll be able to get that Teespring stuff, and I guess I'll be able to make shirts and stuff like that or whatever. Trey, we going backwards in the '60s. The actress Barbara Keene, I Dream of Jeannie, couldn't at least show her bare belly button. We come full circle back to that again. Yeah, ain't that crazy? You can't even show midriff anymore. Like, holy crap! Like, Jesus Lord. I mean, they try to appeal to China, so they don't care about minority. I know, right? Which I really wish the United States stopped trying to appeal to other countries. Like Japan's not doing it, China's not doing it, but yet all the movies and shows we have to try to appeal to everyone, and it doesn't make logical sense. Appeal for your audience, the audience that you have. If your main audience like it, who cares who else don't like it? If they don't like it, that's on them. That is on them. But we if we're not allowed to tell other countries to change things around for our sensibilities, why do we have to change our movies and shows for their sensibilities? It makes no sense. It don't make no kind of sense. Like, make it make sense, people. Make it make sense, because it don't make the sense God gave. I have to go to a party at 6. Nice. Well, enjoy your party. Party it up for me, please and thank you. Let's see. Sadly, I don't think that even the outfit that she wore in the '60s would be allowed today. You're probably right. You are definitely right. I'm staying at home and watching the New Year Apricon drop. Doesn't mean the New Year ball. I ain't never heard of an Apricon, but okay. I'm heading to a party later with my family. Nice. I don't blame China. It's more Hollywood that does it to themselves. You're right. You are definitely right about that. Definitely right about that. I definitely agree with you on that one. And that's what I'm saying. We need to stop trying to worry about everybody else. Then, like, if they don't care, if they don't like our stuff, who cares? That's all I got. If they don't like it, why should we have to make things for them then? You know? Oh, let me change this entire show or these entire characters because this offends somebody. Like, okay, and like, who cares if it offends them? I I don't care as long as the folks in America likes it. Who cares? That's how I feel. That's definitely how I feel. But you never know. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Because apparently we don't know much. We don't know anything anymore. Even though we live in this city, we live in this damn country, and we have to watch most of the stuff. And it's the same thing with like how we do try to go over to other countries and try to take their material and try to change it to our sensibilities, which doesn't make sense. And then us American people, we reject it. And it's kind of funny when America people go outside and try to bring in stuff from outside and try to change it to our sensibilities, we reject it. But then when we take our own stuff and then try to change it to reject to appeal to other people are just like, yeah, that makes sense. And then people who actually live in the country and we like us, we make videos and we complain about it. We say, hey, we don't like these changes or whatever. Stop trying to appeal to everybody else. You got everybody telling us, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about or whatever. And I was just like, what the hell? I don't understand that. I do not understand that. The hypocrisy of it all just makes no logical sense. Yes, New Year Ball. Okay. I don't like the CW Supergirl. Personally, for me, I like Supergirl when she bears a midriff, and I have a weakness for female stomachs. I mean, Melissa Benoist, you can tell she is definitely a shy woman, and I know that they tried to get her in a midriff, but she was not having it. She was not having it. But I do get it. I enjoy Supergirl when she returned. I enjoyed all the Supergirls in the comic books, but I definitely enjoyed when the legendary Michael Turner, may he rest in peace, um, brought her back for Batman, Superman, Supergirl, and they gave her that beautiful costume. I love that costume. I think that's the best Supergirl costume ever. And then people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're over sexualizing a teenage girl with superpowers who have a body of steel. Why would she cover herself up? She's a teenage girl. What did you think a 17-year-old girl would be? You think that she want to be sexy? No, if she got a body, she's going to dress like she has a body. I don't understand why people think that girls don't like to dress sexy, you know. And then it was kind of funny because it's just like when they rebooted her in the New 52, they gave her like the work. They were like people were complaining about the midriff costume, but you didn't complain about the costume where she barely had on underwears under that, like that bikini costume that she had barely covered up her private area at all. Like, and, and- but because her midriff wasn't showing, that's more appropriate than the previous costume. That don't even make no damn logical sense. That don't even make the damn sense God gave. I get you like on Instagram the Donna Troy drawing. It was cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked the Donna Troy Teen Titans drawing. Supergirl, CW Supergirl have the pre-crisis custom. I prefer that the her new 52 costume, cause Kara's new 52 costume did suck. Yeah, the CW Supergirl based her costume off of her post-crisis, her pre-crisis costuming, when she was Supergirl before she added the headband on her hair. That's the Supergirl that they based her off of, and a little bit of the Supergirl movie, Supergirl Witch. That's probably the most accurate Supergirl costume on TV and film to this day. There has never been a more accurate Supergirl costume like the Supergirl movie costume, and that movie sucked. But that costume was the most accurate Supergirl costume ever, ever. Let's see. I'm not saying I'm for or against China. I just remember that one Disney director said that we're going to stop pandering to China, and I was like, whoop-de-doo. Why do people care if Disney panders to China? So now Disney's just going to pander and virtue signal even more to SJWs. Then, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish they stop pandering to people who don't care about this stuff. Stop. My thing is that you have to understand you can't appeal to everyone and you can't attract everyone. Like for instance, I can't make people like my page. Like I can't make people like my YouTube. I can't make people like my Instagram or anything I do, and I can't make people support my stuff. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try to find something that I try to appeal. Like what I'm not going to do is, oh, I found something that will give me a lot of views, but at the same time disregard all of you people who's been here before everybody else. You get what I'm saying? Like that's rude. Why would I change my entire thing just because I'm getting more people? But at the end of the day, they're not supporting me like you guys were supporting me. You know what I'm saying? So why do that kind of stuff? Why change everything about your, you know, your franchise or how you run things just for an audience who never cared to begin with. Because if you didn't care in the beginning, why are you caring now? Because I made a few tweaks to my channel or I made a few tweaks to my drawings. Now you want to care? Like it doesn't that doesn't make logical sense. And at the end of the day, I follow up on those changes, and all I'm doing is making you guys upset because I'm trying to appeal and trying to catch this audience who never really cared to begin with in the first place. And that's not right. And you should never do that kind of stuff. The pants on Supergirl was awful. Oh God, pants on Supergirl in general is terrible. Like it's trash. Even Jim Lee, even when Jim Lee drew her, it's trash. I'm like, God, put a skirt on that girl, please. Holy crap, it's terrible. Um, isn't Supergirl technically older than Superman? Yes, yes, she is. Even in the comics where she had pants was way better at least. I mean, pants on Supergirl in general is not the move. Not every superhero female character needs pants. They don't. Like they're you do realize that women are more they're more agile than us men. Why would you put on pants? You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not nothing really tight. Why would you put on, pants that don't really work? It just don't work. Like you can look at Supergirl suit with pants on. It just doesn't work. The only thing about Supergirl's when she had pants on is you like, damn, Melissa Benoist's got some hips on that ass. Like that's about it. But other than that, that suit was straight boo boo ugly. Did you hear about in Batman Catwoman 9, Tom King is putting Joker with Catwoman? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm tired of these celebrities want to go full activists to pander to minorities today. Yeah, it's crazy. When Marvel brings the X-Men MCU, I wouldn't be surprised if they covered up Emma Frost. I wouldn't be surprised if they cover up Emma Frost, Storm, Jean Grey, Psylocke, Rogue, who Shadowcat, what other Mystique, um, who was what's another female Jubilee, um, what's another female? Just all of the female X-Men characters, and then I wouldn't be surprised if most of the female X-Men characters are LGBT because reasons, reasons, and they're in charge. The men are stupid in the show. I mean, or in the MCU, they can't do anything on their own because reasons. So it is what it is. And then you know what's gonna be funny is when Marvel mess up the X-Men, everybody gonna be like, damn, the X-Men movies from Fox wasn't looking so bad, were they? No, they sure weren't. Yeah, pants don't work for Wonder Woman either. When Diana had pants on, it looked ugly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why they canceled that Wonder Woman show. Like, Wonder Woman was supposed to get a TV show, but they got mad. The the studio got mad when they put her in her traditional costume without pants, and they were like, because it's offensive. Because why would a woman not wear pants? And then they put her in pants. but because the pants were too tight and it showed too much of her body, they put her in these other pants that just didn't work and it didn't appeal to the test audience and they canceled the show. And I was just like, well, if you went with your first instincts and actually made Wonder Woman a traditional Wonder Woman, you probably wouldn't have this problem. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Wonder Woman is such a failure because they're always trying to change her and trying to cover her up or whatever. And it's just like, no, you don't have to change her or cover her up. You put her in her post crisis costume and call it a day. That's it. We don't need nothing else. Stop trying to change what makes Wonder Woman work. First, Batman can't marry Catwoman. Now, Joker's with Catwoman. Yeah, it's crazy. Just like female characters be sexualized instead of putting woke themes into it. Will they ever have the X and men in the MCU? They might. They might. I mean, they have the rights now, so I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what the hell goes on in Tom King's mind, but he keeps doing weird shit and keeps writing about sucks. Yeah, it does. It really does. And he keeps talking about he said that he's going to change now, but it's just like how many more chances is people supposed to give you? How many more chances is somebody supposed to give you before we just walk away from this stuff? Because it sucks. It really does suck, and I'm tired of it, to be honest. I really am. Really sick of it. That's just my opinion. I'm just over it. I'm over the nonsense that he's writing the characters. I'm so over him writing the characters out of character. And that's another thing. DC gotta stop letting these writers and creators write and draw these characters out of character. Like, can we please get these characters to go back to what they were and who they should be? 50% Batman is 50% of DC comic books. No, he is 75% of DC comic books. Shit. Back in the 1800s, women clovered themselves due to religion sins that women doing some of the SJWs are doing today. Yeah, it's something. It is definitely something. I can tell you that. uh, I heard they'll announce the cast of Fantastic Four next year. I'm telling you, if the Fantastic Four is if everybody's another race, I'm done. Y'all not about to sit up here and be like, oh, we're trying to do. No, you don't need to do nothing different. We let y'all try something different with the Fantastic Four last time with Michael B. Jordan and them in it. Fan forced it. It was trash. Say what y'all want about the first the Fantastic Four films with Jessica album in it, but at least the characters look like the characters. They were accurate to what the characters were and looked like. The only reason why Fantastic Four Red Silver Surfer didn't do well is because they copped out on Galactus. If they didn't cop up on Galactus, that we would have got a Fantastic Four 3. Stop playing. That y'all trying to pretend like those Fantastic Four movies were terrible. They weren't even terrible. Yeah, they had cringy moments, definitely, but they weren't bad. It's the same thing with the Daredevil movie. Stop sitting up there trying to say the movie was terrible. No, it wasn't. Y'all took one scene and trying to be like, oh my God, these movies are terrible. Watch these movies again. Matter of fact, people need to go back and watch all of the classic Fox and Sony movies with the Marvel characters in there and understand like they did the best that they could with the restrictions that they had compared to what Marvel do. Marvel changed the characters more so than Fox and Sony ever did with the characters or Universal. You know, the X-Men are going to be called the X people in the MCU because it's offensive that X-Men have the word man in it. Oh Lord have mercy. 2 hour on live stream. I know, I can't believe it. I'm on here for 2 hours because I can't really do my 4 hour because I mean I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a minute because it's not nighttime and without having the other guests on here to like work off and hear what they got to say about or throw out their opinions. It's just kind of me. So I don't have to stay on here as long as I do when I'm with Kate or Dylan or when I'm with both of them and stuff like that. So it's one of those kind of things. But and because I'm doing it earlier than expected. I was gonna wait until nighttime, but then I thought about it. I was like, nah, because Everybody's going to be going out with their family and friends. It don't make no sense for me to do this live stream later in the day instead of not do it. I mean, later at night when I can do it right now while I'm free. Tom King also ruined Guy Gardner recently. He made him a stalker and beat up the human target using his ring. I heard he also had Ice act out a character. He does it to every character. I don't know why people thought it was going to get better with Tom King. It doesn't. Old Tom King had Guy crying to Hal and had him quit being a Green Lantern. Yeah, I heard about that, which that doesn't make any sense, and that's definitely out of character for Guy Gardner too. But well, it's what it is. What it is, to be honest. So hey, they do you. Mm-mm-mm. I can't believe I'm still tripping about this. This doesn't. Mm-mm-mm. Give me a second. Let's see. Um, I bet Marvel will call the group X them. Oh God, that sounds terrible. Could you imagine? Hey, let's watch the X them. No, no. Oh God, no. X gender. Oh shit. None of I'm trying to tell y'all, none of that sounds appealing to watch at all. Why are they doing this to these comic book characters? Because they want to try to appeal to as many people as they possibly can. That's the reason why they're doing it. They want to try to appeal to people, to try to make people support by these characters more so than anything else, even though most people don't care about these characters like that. Tom King needs an editor that puts him in his place and or put him with the extra writer like in the Grayson series or fire him. They do need to fire him, but remember Free Fire Pro when he did have an editor that was correcting him, he got mad at that editor and got that editor fired. Remember? That's when his Batman run went to shit and back. Sadly, sadly. Let's see what else he's saying. They don't buy comics. I heard about Leah Williams. Oh yeah, when Liam Williams did in X Factor, man, those same people that they were pandering to turned on her so bad and wanted her ass dead. They wanted her fired and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, this is what happens when you pander to them. Like how many times you gonna pander to somebody before it gets old real quick? You know. I think Marvel had mutants use the pronouns in X woke universe. I don't think they have that I'm aware of. But you never know. You just never know with these people. God damn. Mhm. Trey, you remember Gail Simone did the same thing with her editor? No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember hearing that one. I remember D, excuse me. I remember DC getting rid of her ass. I do not remember Gail Simone getting her editor fired. I remember DC firing her ass. They were like, "No, you gotta go, baby. You got to go. Get out of here." Get out of here. Oh, let me drink some water. You don't be live, friends. We gotta keep the voice. Mhm. But I will say this. I think the last good thing that Gail Simone wrote that I remember is the New 52 Batgirl run. Even though I didn't like the fact that Barbara Gordon was back as Batgirl, that Batgirl run, that Batgirl solo run that Gail Simone did, I'm not gonna lie, it was it was um it was excellent. It was pretty good. It was definitely good. It was definitely a good Batgirl run, though. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like, oh, it was trash. No, no, it was really good. Way better than anything that's come after Gail Simone's Batgirl runs. Because the Batgirl runs after Gail Simone's been nothing but trash. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but trash fire. Say what you want with Gail Simone. I prefer her over Tom King. She might be crazy, but at least she writes, written some good comic books. Yeah, her Birds of Prey run is way better than that trash that came out in 2011. And Batgirls in the Birds of Prey, that one still sucked too. And I was just like, man, she got a little bit crazy, but at least she knew how to write these characters. The only time Gail Simone really kind of pissed me off is that Plastic Man run because I was just like, Gail, what happened here, baby? Because you didn't used to write garbage like this. Why are you writing garbage like this now? You know what I'm saying? Did you hear that the trans wrestler Nyla Rose is doing a Thunderbird comic book for Marvel? Whoa, wait, hold on. Hold on. There's a trans wrestler called Nyla Rose, and she's doing a Thunderbird comic for Marvel. Wait, hold on. Roland Dodge. Thunderbird is dead. Thunderbird's been dead for a long time. They haven't brought that man back. You must mean Warpath, right? Hold on, Nyla Rose. Let me see who in the world is a Nyla Rose. See now you gonna make me have to look at Nyla. Who the hell is a Nyla Rose? Uh, Nyla, Okay, let's see. Nyla Rose is an American professional wrestler and actress. Let's see. Also, she became the first openly transgender. Hold on, but was she a she before she became a man? Because I hate when they do that. Rose is a Native American and she's Native American and African American. Okay, and she's 39. But the question is, when did she transition? Is the question because because I swear to God, mm, probably competing with women and beating up women. Oh, crap. Yeah, the only reason why I'm kind of confused because see, I'm looking at this person. So you said Nyla Rose is going to be writing thank you. Wait, a fan ejected from holding up an arrow sign that says branded female transgender as that guy's dad. Well, okay. If that's why y'all going to check people. Wait, okay, so hold on. Trying to look at this thing right now. Okay. Nyla Rose revealed new Marvel project. Those who read the last issue of X-Men Trial of Magneto knows that Scarlet Witch has paved the way for an influx of new Krakoan residents that includes the return of the long lost X-Men. That will be John Proudstar, the mighty Thunderbird, and now we know big time AEW star is going to be helm of the character at giant size X-Men Thunderbird will be out, written by Nyla Rose, who will be making her Marvel comic book written debut, and Steve Orlando will be illustrating and Stephen Orlando. Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, writing debut and Steve Orlando, and will be illustrated by David Koechner. Okay, the project deals with Thunderbird's return in a very different world he stepped into, and it's set next April. Alrighty, man. Well, I can finally talk about this awesome side project I'm doing. Really? Okay. All right. See, and I don't have Kate's opinion for this. This will be hilarious to see because she probably doesn't even know. But all right. Mm, they bringing Thunderbird back. Wes talked about it for Thinking Critical. I didn't see it. I didn't see that video link, so I'm gonna have to look at it. What's the next? What next? They're going to retcon Punisher logo and had a peace symbol and had two words, "Stay woke" or something. They said they're trying to take it back from the people and trying to make the Punisher logo heroic again. And I'm just like, okay, if you say so. All right. So Nyla Rose is this trans wrestler, and she's going to be writing Thunderbird because she's Native American and black. Okay, all right, you make that make sense. What writing credits does she have? None. What does she know about Thunderbird? I bet you not a damn thing. I bet you not a damn thing. I don't even know that much about Thunderbird because he's been dead for a long time. But Nyla Rose is allowed to, you know, write this story. Okay, all right. Mom wasn't enough lessons for comic books. Apparently not. Apparently not. You know, she you clearly see that she got a story. Like, holy crap, that's crazy. Like, okay, like, uh-uh, uh-uh. Like that don't make no sense. That don't make the sense God gave, to be honest. But okay, it really doesn't. It makes absolutely no sense. The Punisher is an anti-hero. So why are they trying to make him more heroic? That's what Gary Conway said. He said we're trying to make him more heroic. And I mean, we're taking his logo back to him being heroic again. And I'm just like, okay, he's an anti-hero. The hero community don't trust Punisher. Punisher knows he's crazy and he knows he's insane. But all right, cool. Wes was saying the same thing. He said he watches pro wrestling and Nyla is a nobody. Marvel bragged about their celebrity comic book. I ain't never even heard of Nyla Rose. That's why I'm confused about like where the hell this person came from. Like the only reason why they're doing it is because this person's transgender and is Native American. Okay, all right, I guess, but that's not a good reason to give this person a book. She don't know anything. I bet you she don't know nothing about Thunderbird. It's the same with the writer that's doing Echo Phoenix War song. She knew nothing about Echo. She knew nothing about the Phoenix Force. But because she's Native American, they needed her. They needed her. Like, oh my God. And y'all think what your boy Zach isn't saying isn't true, where it was like the gays write the gays and the Native Americans write the Native Americans, the blacks write the blacks, the Latinos write the Latinos, and the Asians write the Asians. Because why every writer behind these diverse characters are literally the same race or gender as the character that they're writing? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make the sense God gave, to be honest. Like, holy crap. Like this just wasn't good. Yeah. Mm. Trey like Max, who's not good. Yeah. I know. They keep putting these people on here who are not who don't know these characters, and it's kind of funny. It's like when your fans are telling you like, "Hey, this isn't what the characters are like," and then you try to tell us, "No, yeah, we know these characters more so than y'all know them because y'all ignored all the history of these characters to change them to how you want to." Half the character, like all of a sudden, half the characters in the X-Men are now LGBT. That doesn't make any sense when we have 50 years of history showing that these characters are not part of the LGBT. And then the characters that are LGBT, you won't even use them. But you'll take characters that aren't LGBT and make them LGBT. Or for instance, I tell you, hey, this isn't how Jean Grey would act. Yes, it would be. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I don't. Even though I've been reading almost every damn X-Men book with Jean Grey in it since the early '80s, that showed her personality, that showed who she is as a person, and you're trying to tell me that is what Jean Grey acts like now? That Jean Grey is nowhere close to the Jean Grey of old. Don't tell me that that's the same character. Don't tell me that's how Jean Grey would act in that situation because we already seen situations like this where she wouldn't act like this. Like, my God, that was annoying. Christopher Priest. Yeah. All of the, I really think they need to start retconning and going back to what these characters used to be. I know people don't want to, I know that these companies don't want to take that hit, but I think they should take the hit. I really do think they should take the hit. All the characters that you all of a sudden came out the closet with and said that they were LGBT, they ain't LGBT no more. I'm sorry. If LGBT people want to get mad about it, oh well. Oh well. If they want to get mad about it, oh well. If people want to cancel you, if people don't want to read your books again, oh well. Oh well. We'll see. You'll see the true fans because think about it. Like you got rid of your real fans for these these Twitterati fans or these virtual signal fans or these non-existent fans or these non-supportive fans. And then as soon as you make any changes, then they get crazy. And then they don't want to support you, then they want to cancel you. They don't want your books to be sold or whatever, and all that kind of nonsense. Us real fans, we just walk away. You can continue to publish whatever book you want to. I just don't have to read it, and I don't have to buy it. You know what I'm saying? And I keep trying to tell people, there's nothing worse than a fan that don't care anymore. Like, when they always say, "Why do you care?" or whatever, stuff like that. You better be happy I care because there are more people less and less. They're not talking about it. They're not going to YouTube or Instagram or Twitter complaining about it. They're just walking away from it. The amount of people that I talk to that used to read comic books, they're reading manga right now. And I'm behind on my manga reading because I be trying to keep up with the comic book stuff, you know? So it's crazy. Sony accused gamers for sexist as Sony discriminative against women indoors, and they're going to do it accusing sexual gamers and Gamergate again. I guess that's what you're trying to say. These 2010 writers, I don't know how you feel about most of these the 2010s and beyond writers are testing my patience. They really are. They really are. They haven't started from the bottom at all. They've been handed this key to this franchise and they just been destroying it. And I'm just like, God damn it, I'm so over it. Leah Williams said that her favorite run of X-Men was 1000 BC. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. That's not even a run of X-Men, but all right. All right. Sure. Sure. I'm just over it. I'm just over all of it, to be honest. So it is what it is. They want to do this. Let them do it. Who cares? I don't have to read it anymore, and I'm just not going to. to read it, and I'm not going to deal with it, and I don't have to deal with it. Just like they say, it's not for you. Okay, cool. Wait, where are you going? We want your money. No, you just said it's not for me. If it's not for me, don't complain that I don't want to read it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna complain about me giving up on it? Like, oh, okay, I gave up on it. Uh-oh, I hear the firefighters. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, because sometimes these recordings pick up everything. But I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's always funny. They always complain and be like, "It's not for you." Okay, cool. Wait, where you going? You said it's not for me, right? Okay, cool. It's not for me, so I don't have to buy it. But our sales need, well, get your fans, get your real fans that like it. Then get your fans that you said that they like it, that they like it. Except for you can barely move 40K copies or 30K. And the only reason why you can move some of these comic books is because you put varying initiatives on them. So you put like some cool artists like Mark Brooks or Alex Ross or J. Scott Campbell, and you put them doing the cover work of it. Of course, people are going to buy those books because they like the little thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those kind of things. Like, you're tricking people to buy the books, then you're increasing the sales, you're increasing the price on the books to try to make up for the loss of customers that you pushed away. And it's just like, that's a fact. It ain't something that people are making up, because think about it. When I was growing up, yeah, there was some discourse about comic books. We had our little chats, and we talked to people at the comic book stores, and there were times where people were like, these comics, this storyline might suck or whatever. But it was never to the point where people weren't buying these comic books, or to the point where it was hated so bad that people start walking away from it. Like, think about it. When we were growing up, comic books were selling good, and manga was selling good as well. But comic books were still doing better than manga at the time. Now, manga's doing better than comic books. Something happened here. Something happened here. You can't say that that's a lie, or that people are over exaggerating. No, there's been a fundamental flaw in comic books that has gotten people to walk away from comic books that was never there in the early in the what, since I read comic books I was a kid in the 90s, so 90s all the way until um like late 2000s, mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So something happened. Y'all got to do something, because this don't make no logical sense. People are walking away from this stuff though, but I don't know. Y'all keep doing these dumb decisions, these dumb ideas. Because if it was me, we're cleaning house. We're cleaning house. Boo hoo, cry, wham, all that nonsense. Marvel and DC would have been cleaned house, and I don't care if you didn't like it. Oh well, because that's what you need. You need somebody who don't care about y'all feelings. Their job there is to make money. If the story don't make no sense, if it doesn't go with the character, you're not writing it. I'm sorry. No, come back to me when you come and write me a real X-Men story, or where the characters act in character. If they're not acting in character, you're gonna go back to the drawing board. And I don't care if the book is late. You gonna learn how to write correctly, or I'm gonna find somebody else who can write X-Men properly in the conversation. Same thing with every other book. I would have been doing that. That's what you need. You need an editor who's gonna come in there and let people know, like, this isn't going to work. And I wish you would get on social media and say anything. You say anything that, oh, I'm being terrible, I'm being racist, I'm being whatever, stuff like that, you're fired. In the conversation. You get on social media, you say anything disparaging about me or about the fans, you're out. In the conversation. You got three chances to correct yourself. And then you're out. Because you need somebody like that that's going to put the iron to the coal and light up the office of these writers for the comic book industry. they gonna write some good stories, and they gonna hate me, and that's understandable. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to make sure we write good stories for our customers because our customers are tired. Don't you want people? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Um, I heard Marvel made Jonathan Hickman walk away because he was doing good. Probably. I have to go have a good stream. All right, Free Fire Pro. I'm about to hang this up in a minute anyway. It seems to come to Gamergate. I remember comics, animation, video games, tabletop, etc. used to be fun. Yeah, it used to be fun. Now it's not fun anymore. Yeah, the X-Men Green Run doesn't even make any sense. Harry on Hooks gives me nightmares about not being enough diversity. Look at Brazil. Watch anime black girls. Heather Antos was promoted at IDW. Yeah, and with her being promoted, another comic book industry, another comic book franchise, publisher goes down the drain. Remember Valiant? Oh yeah, we all remember that. It's crazy. It is definitely crazy. But no, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, you just kind of have to take it where you can get it at this point. But I hope 2022 will be better for comic books. I do. I want comics to do good, and I want manga to stay as great as it is. But at some point, something got to give with these characters, and it's really hard to like. I want to like. I'm at my edge with walking away from comic books, and I don't want to walk away from comic books, but by golly, by golly gee, they do make you want to walk away from them. But I have hope and I have faith that they'll get better. But if not, we'll continue to make more videos talking about them and bad mouthing them and bragging about how terrible they all are because they are at the end of the day. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I had a good 2021. I hope we'll grow the channel more. And we'll do more. I'll try to do more live streams and more interactive posts and try to do more drawing videos where I'll have a topic and I'll have a video, a drawing and stuff like that. Hopefully we can get those to do a little bit more better too, so I can start doing more for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a good New Year's Eve. I hope you guys all had a good 2021 and hopefully 2022 will be better. And I'll have to catch you guys later. Hopefully, I can get everybody back for a live stream, but we'll see. But remember, I am going to be on Nerdette's channel on Sunday night at 6:05. So I hope I will see you guys there, and we'll see from there. We'll see how everything goes. But yeah, so happy New Year, everyone, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.